empower other people and strengthen numbers, do it and create those organizations that can empower people and give them the insight, give them the education of the importance of it and why it's important, and show them what the possible long term effects of the strength in numbers will be. Anything you want to say on your way out?
Nah, that's it, man.
And give them your new Instagram.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my new Instagram is Laverne the Goat 1386.
13.
Laverne the Goat 1386. But it's not a joke, man. What they're talking about was happening within the next few years. I was just watching interview one of the top guys from Google, the one that coded the machine. He was one of the first ones to code AI, and he taught the computer how to see a problem and then how to go about fixing that problem. So he's one of the pioneers, really, with this artificial intelligence. And he was like,
we're doomed.
Pretty much like he was saying that within the next, like right now, the this new AI, the chat GBT.
It does take a village, Miss Flower Child, and you are correct, Ty. Yes, your ancestors and our ancestors did die in order to vote.
If it wasn't important, they wouldn't be.
We're gonna have to talk on that.
We're gonna have to talk on that next time. But
thank you, Miss Tara. Thank you,
sis. Appreciate you.
We appreciate that.
Appreciate the love,
y'all
sis.
Rocking out with us for as long as y'all did, and we appreciate that. Just share the love and share this show with others, and let more people be willing to comment. We appreciate the comments that y'all gave us
definitely,
today
guys,
and keeping us engaged. Thanks a lot, Todd. We appreciate that.
I appreciate
I know
you.
y'all should be up tonight, 5 p.m. Tune in to Behind Enemy Lines at 5 p.m. It should be coming up. And thank you once again for rocking out with us. Huh?
That one. I agree to this controversial needs to be.
It needs to be had. I think she means a conversation.
Okay.
I think or whatever. But thank you for rocking out. I just want to say welcome home to my boy Court, man. He was out there, serving the people. I just want to say rest forever in eternity. Tashane the Great, man. We had a Tashane Day, June 6th last Saturday. Not last Saturday, June 3rd last Saturday. Excuse me. And they had the people come out and support, man. And he was someone that was killed. Gun violence. So,
oh man,
yeah, just want to give a appreciation.
Condolences
and I want
to the family, man.
I want to say happy birthday to my boy Esther Salon Dinu, Mr. Esoteric Opulence, and thank you very much once again, everybody, for viewing and
appreciate
kicking
you
it
guys.
with us. And
definitely.
Yes,
appreciate
till
it.
next time we'll be up June 24th. Come in, bring more people in. Once again, it takes a village, and we just trying to empower the people, strengthen numbers, man. Thank you.
That's it. Peace and love, guys. Appreciate you. Until the next time.
I gotta get this guy, man.
I remember when they used to say I was just an overpriced middleman. Now I'm all in for the bucks like Giannis or Chris Middleton.
Cool, Peter Warren, sap of the click. Do this for JB with every rap that I spit. My choice to earn Thriller, the package and the fig. I'm strapped up in my ways cause these bags filled with the cane. I'm making power moves to Chuck Platinum in his chain. I'm stunting like my daddy, so the Mac is in the range. I'm maestro in this game, one wave, you gon' see G. Still HD and Ellen.
What up? What up? Welcome to the Cyph Special Edition. You heard We previewing the MAC game today. We gonna talk that wrestling talk. You feel me? I got my boys, my day ones, Choice, Twan the Dawn, Tsunami. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
What you going by today?
Yeah.
What's good, y'all?
What's up, bro?
Chilling. Hey, yo, Twan, no spoilers, man. No spoilers. Night of Champions going on right now to give y'all a little bit of context. So this is how we gonna start this. What y'all think of today's product of wrestling? What you think they should change? What you think about it? What's up? What's on your mind?
I think today's wrestling is great. There's more athleticism. It's a lot more talent, a lot more characters. The women's division is super fire right now. Shout out to them. It's a lot of competitive, female wrestlers. It's amazing. I think the product is in good hands, especially now that Triple H is pretty much running the show now. I think he's doing good.
Okay, Twan, what about you?
I agree with majority of what he said. It's not all of it. The product, as far as what you see, as far as from the athletes, maybe the only thing I would knock is, and it's really like with anything, like the storylines, like it's nothing really new, but it's just like movies. And when you kind of see it all, a lot of things ain't going to surprise you nowadays unless it's really over the top. So besides that, just the improvement and everything.
I feel you. So we're gonna get into some talk. We're gonna talk, our favorite wrestling video games, our favorite, who we think should be on the Mount Rushmore, who we think popping right now, who's our favorite right now. So we're gonna start off to give people the context and let people know who we are as wrestling fans. Because most people know us from the music, from the rap. You know what I'm saying? So this is the part of us that you're seeing. I had I did the MAC game before, so you probably knew I was a wrestling fan. You feel me? But who would be on your Mount Rushmore? Who want to start? Because that's where they'll get to see where y'all at and who y'all fuck with and all that.
Yeah, I think I'll start with this one. It's a tough decision because you got a lot of great wrestlers, but I'm gonna go with not in any particular order, but number one, Hulk Hogan.
It's a Mount Rushmore, so it's like that's like
I know.
So this your specific Mount Rushmore, or you think should be on the Mount Rushmore?
Nah, this is my specific one. And I'm gonna tell you why for all four. Hulk Hogan should be on there because there would be no WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan. I think that's a fact. Number two, gotta go with Stone Cold, only because he's the most influential and the biggest box office. That and then his feud with Vince McMahon, that was legendary. Shout out to that. You know what I'm saying? That's number two. Number three, and my personal favorite, is The Rock, only because he transcended, being a star on television and brought that to the movie scene. You know what I'm saying? Took his talents to Hollywood and made a bunch of money. I think he's a top actor as far as like money wise, respectfully. And number four, gotta go with The Undertaker. Just because of longevity. You know what I'm saying? He literally had a part, his first half, respectfully, of his career called the Decade of Destruction. That speaks for itself, you know what I'm saying? And that had multiple like characters. Like you had the Ministry of Darkness, you had the Paul Bearer, you had the introduction with Kane. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Having one of the best, debuts in history. But that's a whole nother conversation. You got to put him up there. Then he put Brock Lesnar over at WrestleMania.
So you got Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Undertaker,
and Stone Cold.
That's a solid four. Can't nobody really argue with that four. And this is I feel that four, like, honestly, because you could claim, like, you could say that's a real WWF, WWE bias four.
Yeah.
You ain't even touched WCW. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't even thinking about ECW. You know
honestly,
what I'm saying? And my question to y'all, and Hulk Hogan is definitely WCW. That's a fact.
For the longevity part, Hulk Hogan coming to play too.
Because Hulk Hogan, honestly, my favorite part of Hulk Hogan's career is Hollywood Hogan.
He had a little
But his
what the Thunder in Paradise?
Bro.
That was a TV show. It was terrible because it was just on a boat. But
Yeah,
it
bad word. That's a fact.
but he still
Tyrone-
did the transition
right,
though.
Tyrone. Rock is debatable. Rock is interchangeable. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
he
right.
wasn't
That's
Rocky.
true,
He
too.
wasn't Rocky. That's a fact. But other than that, he was in Three Ninjas. Three
was in
Ninjas
Three
was my
Ninjas.
shit. Suburban Commando.
Was it an
He had-
action? Was it a comedy?
Mr. Mom, some shit like that.
Nah, because that's what they built the when they had this Mr. T shit. They did
It was Rocky. I think that was Rocky. Oh, they did Zeus. You talking about Zeus? No holds barred. Nah, that was my shit. I think that Hulk Hogan movie was my shit. The no holds barred. But for that time, that was. And shout out to Zeus being in 2K. Yo, Street Fighter is trash too. That movie. That Street Fighter movie was trash. That's a whole nother episode of something else. Trash video games and shit like that. Video game movies and shit like that. But we could get to your Mount Rushmore. What's your?
I'm glad you brought up the whole WCW part because I did come up off of that a little bit too. So mine is going to be first is Stone Cold.
Mhm.
To me, I think he really put wrestling on the map as far as entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like we just spoke about, Hulk Hogan. Like, if you really want to talk about like longevity and like stepping out of the wrestling field on multiple occasions, you gotta give it to him. Now, on the WCW note, and even currently to this day, my son Y2J, Chris Jericho. To me, he's a legend.
And
man.
That's tough.
That's long.
I like that. I like
That's a
that.
good one, bro.
Like,
That's a
I
good
was sitting
one.
here thinking about it. I'm like,
It's a good one. First undisputed champion, Chris Jericho
Beat the Rock
Stone-
and
yeah,
Stone Cold
same
the
night.
same night.
Same night. That's a good point. Two of the Mount
Crazy.
Rushmore niggas, same night. Even though it was a little bit of tomfoolery, but he still
He
won.
won
the
it.
match.
That's-
Vince
that's what
put that
it's-
in. You know what I'm saying? Vince had faith in him at that.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's lit.
now my last one, I don't want to seem like I'm just now following him. For a long time, I've been speaking on this man. If my cousins was here, they would tell you that I've been watching this man since what 18. I even forgot the brand. TNA.
Right now.
My man AJ Styles.
Yeah, I knew where you
I've
was
been
going.
watching him for a
I
while,
knew it.
bro.
Yeah, he not
Wow.
Wide.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you a
Wow,
story.
bro.
He not
Worldwide,
gashing it.
bro.
Not
Back in
that
the
time, bro.
back in the day, my homie, this nigga Twan, even before he came to WWE, because I'm faithful to WWE. you
Remember
feel
I
me?
was showing you all the
Yeah.
other moves? TNA.
with the hexagon,
octagon.
yeah, the octagon ring, yeah. Samoa Joe and all them
Kurt
niggas.
Angle and Kurt
was
Angle
over
going
there.
crazy.
Sting was over there. Samoa Joe.
Abyss,
Abyss.
yup, you know Abyss, James Storm, that's where Bobby Roode come from. You have who else?
That was AJ Styles' house.
That was
Yeah,
AJ
yeah,
Styles'
yeah,
house.
yeah.
That was his house. If you gonna put somebody
Red.
else, somebody from TNA or somebody, because you got a well-rounded, you got WWE, TNA, and WCW on your list. You know what I'm saying? Even though Chris Jericho, he AEW, WCW, WWE, he's still going. You know what I'm saying? Over Sting. But I'm not.
My
I mean,
thing-
hold on, wait, we getting there. I
He
still
a
got
flair
big minds.
person.
You
Hold
feel me?
on. I feel him though.
Yeah, I already know.
Yeah.
My thing with them two is I didn't really see Flair in the E like that. When I was really watching Ric Flair, it was during his WCW run. Once he got to like the E, it was like he was more in the managerial wrestling every now and then. Sting main run was in WCW. He's forever fired in me.
I'm gonna give y'all one right now since y'all
I
talking
don't know.
about
I can't
him.
remember. You possibly right though,
I
because a
think
few
he
of them
was.
did
It's the-
cross over to TNA
Only
or
for a little while,
TNT.
Hey, yo, Al, it's the MAT game, MAT game.
The reason why I like CJ though is like he was doing his thing in WCW. So when he came to WWF, that kind of caught niggas off guard. And then it's like you would thought that he would have went into that mid card tier, but like we just said, the nigga beat the Rock and Stone Cold. So it's like he kind of was the man in both
The shit was-
joints.
Look at how he came into the WWF.
Yeah, his whole debut was crazy. Yeah,
That's a fact.
The
I feel-
YQJ, the
That was his
countdown.
debut
If
promo.
if not, number one is number two because I feel Kane and Chris Jericho interchangeable for top two debuts.
Kane
Kane,
by
you
far,
think
bro.
Kane has?
storyline
You think
part
Kane
was
Yo,
fire.
they teased.
Yeah, his
they
storyline
teased-
was crazy.
The storyline was crazy.
And
but
he
they,
won the title
well, they
for
teased
24
Kane for a
hours.
while,
Like he
too, that's a
had the
fact.
title.
Yo, listen, hold on. No, he didn't win the title that night. He came in.
No,
Hell
not
in
that
a-
night, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like his run.
It was Hell in a Cell. Yeah, it was King of the Ring, but it was Hell in a Cell match with him and Shawn Michaels. And I remember that. Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday. Like I remember that day. It was me and my cousin Greg. You know what I'm saying? We was in my uncle's room. You know what I'm saying? That's when, and I put it in the bar one time. That's when my uncle had the illegal cable box. You know, we had. You feel me? That throwback.
That's great.
You know, the going there.
That's a throwback,
And you,
bro.
I forgot what channel it was, but we had that free pay-per-view. You feel me? So we was watching it, and Kane scared the shit out of me. I was really
Yeah.
I was like 9 years old, 9 years old in that area, and that nigga had me nervous when he popped out. Like the red, the mask,
Yeah.
the way he just looked at, and he fucked the Undertaker up, which my favorite wrestler at that
That
time.
was the whole
You feel
storyline. I'm
me?
probably like,
He came out Tombstone, the Undertaker, nigga.
That was
right. That
legendary.
was unheard of at the time, man.
Yeah,
Handling
word. Nobody
The
ever thought.
Undertaker.
It was Paul Bearer who told him like, "Yo, I got your brother. Come on
Shout
out."
out to Paul
Word,
Burrow,
rest
RP
in
Paul
peace to
Burrow.
G.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another topic too. Who debut had most impact because
Yeah, we
now that he
definitely
brought
gonna
it
touch
up,
on that one.
I remember when they came out when Taz came.
Yeah,
And Taz did
But
destroy Kurt Angle
what happened?
like
what
ASAP. After that, his
what
career
fucked up-
was good.
what
yeah,
put
man.
Taz
They didn't
debut
use him right.
down is what happened after that.
What happened? I don't know what
Like,
happened after that.
It was no hype, no build up. Like they kind of buried him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a man for like 5 minutes. If
Yeah,
that,
that's what.
and what he was announcing in a year, 2 years after that.
Yeah. That was
And
wild.
Tyrone. All right, so let me
He had
give
an
y'all
injury.
before we get into all of that. Let me give y'all
Oh, yeah,
my
of
Mount
course,
Rushmore.
right.
You feel me? Let me Tyrone. Let me give y'all my Mount Rushmore because spoiler alert, Ric Flair's there. Stone Cold, Ric Flair, Undertaker, and it depends on the day, but for today, because of the impact he had on me, like he was my first favorite wrestler from the video game, from
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel I have to
hit
put
me.
Bret on there
This is his four.
Now,
There's no wrong answers, bro.
because first of all, a lot of people's first wrestler was Bret Hart. I don't give a fuck what nobody said.
Oh, Heartbreak
And
Kid.
and Owen too.
HBK.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because of the video game, bro. Like when you heard that Bret Hart music on the video game, that's what attracted me to Bret Hart. You feel me? And that's what initially attracted me to wrestling in the first place, as well as the characters, was the music, the interest. Because when you played the game, if you remember WWF Raw, which was my first wrestling game I played, if I'm not mistaken, for Sega Genesis.
Sega.
And when you had the character select screen, you went to the TV and it showed your wrestler and it played the music. When that Bret Hart music hit,
Yeah.
I was like, this is my guy. You know what I'm saying? And that made you look past the pink. He made you like black and pink. You feel me? If it wasn't for no Bret Hart, you wouldn't have
Yeah.
King Ron rocking the pink. And I guarantee that.
And everybody had the,
I
the
guarantee
joints
that's a
too.
fact.
The shades
The
was
shades,
was
the
it.
leather
He always
jacket.
gave it to a
You feel me?
kid.
The sharpshooter. Come on. What's up? I think Bret Hart would have survived the Attitude Era because he'd have played into that heel role. Every time he went to Canada, he'd have been a hero. Everywhere in the United States, he'd have been a heel. And he'd have played that straight edge role. He'd have been
know
the
what?
90s version of CM Punk.
He make
I
a
think he'd
valid
have been
point.
I think if anything,
I think he'd have been
would've
a 90s
on the
version
same
of
time
CM
as
Punk.
Stone Cold. Like, I got an issue with management. I really
Maybe-
think
I'm-
that. Because to be honest,
Honestly,
that
after
would have
the
been a
Montreal
perfect
school
role.
job,
That would have been
that'd have been
exactly.
fire.
If he
After
would have
the
stayed,
Montreal school
I'm
job,
fucking
that'd
you
have been-
over. Vince.
Nah, no
You know,
Andre. I'm sorry, Andre the Giant was important, but
He's not.
I can't fuck like I can't like because he got body slammed by Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3. He
That's
was the
it?
main attraction for
Nah,
a
he
long
nobody
time
really
before it
paid
really
it.
was televised. him and Bruno Sammartino was the main attraction.
I guess he the first.
Bruno was
yeah.
the champion. He was the attraction.
Gorilla Monsoon. Oh, those are guys before my
Oh yeah,
time,
you going
so,
back?
Yeah,
They said
so.
Gorilla Monsoon.
Monsoon.
Yeah,
Shout out
keep
out to Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah,
We all know who he is.
Too, yeah.
Gorilla
like, these are
position.
people that,
Pause. Gorilla position is a thing because Gorilla used to be behind the curtain right there with him and Vince, and they used to have the headphones on, and that's how they speak to the referees and the wrestlers and everybody. That's how we breaking the fourth wall for y'all. We breaking kayfabe on this podcast. You feel me? And you know that's what they do. They like that's why they call it. Triple H is right there now. Triple H is being the gorilla position for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So Macho.
That's who I would put over. That's who I would personally put over Hulk Hogan when I think about it.
Macho is way better than Hulk Hogan.
Just his swag alone is just so marketable to this day.
You gotta realize though, Hulk Hogan, he was the guy.
Hulk Hogan.
So he had that was his rival.
I'm gonna give you the perfect analogy from today and before.
Listen, that was my fault. That's no cat. That was my fault. That's worth everything. I was gonna put John Cena, but
nope. I was go ahead.
I couldn't put him over who was I gonna replace him with? The Rock, because I felt like if it wasn't for The Rock, there would be no Cena. So I had to put Rock over him.
I can't say that.
John Cena
kind of got GOAT status, man.
John Cena.
I
I'm not a fan of him, but
I feel John Cena better than Hogan.
He was there
straight like that.
He wasn't nothing.
I feel John Cena better than Hogan.
The reason why I would say that for Hulk Hogan walked, Stone Cold kicked the door open, Rock took him in, shot it to a different stratosphere, and Undertaker was the
constant through all of that because he went from Hulk Hogan to John Cena.
His first championship reign, who he beat?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
The fact. And his last, I would love to. I guess
Undertaker beat Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan for his first
fight. With the chair, he won it back
I think at the Royal
in Texas.
I think at the Royal Rumble he won that title, and then he lost it at.
And this is in the 90s, y'all talking.
Yeah.
Because I think
so. This is a young Undertaker. Yeah, that's fire.
Won in like less than a month. I think.
I'm a big Ultimate Warrior.
No, he debuted at SummerSlam.
I'm he debuted
at Survivor. Undertaker debuted at Survivor Series 90 or 91. And then that Royal Rumble that year, he won the title.
Macho Man has to get in.
Macho Man. All right, so look, back to the point that I was making.
Macho Man lit it
Roman Reigns and Macho Man is the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Wait, you just confused yourself.
No, I didn't.
You meant to say
no.
Hulk
Hogan and Macho Man is the Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the Macho Man of this era.
Because he is a better wrestler than Roman.
And Roman is the man, though.
I understand that.
And then let me take you to Ruthless Aggression era. Hulk Hogan is John Cena and Randy Orton is the Macho. Now let me take you back to the Attitude era. Hulk Hogan is the Rock, and Macho is the Stone Cold.
Well,
in that era, I would go Stone Cold, Hulk Hogan, and the Rock, Macho. But you got to think of the mainstream popularity.
I think that whole Attitude era is special because it's like as soon as the Stone Cold brought up the Rock, so once Stone Cold has injury situations.
What about Triple H though?
That's what I'm about to bring up. Wait, I'm about to bring that up. The Rock took over, and then Triple H became the next Rock, and then we always mess with Triple H up the DX rep, the DX note. Plus, he was still linked to Shawn Michaels.
Right.
And then you still had Undertaker.
And he ain't
Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is very fucking important. I ain't gonna hold you.
No wrong answer, bro.
It wouldn't be if it wasn't for Dusty. It wouldn't be no NXT the way it is.
No gold.
Dusty and Triple H.
Yeah.
Dusty and Triple H is the reason that NXT is NXT and is the reason why Roman Reigns.
I like his character. You see, everybody like Dusty because his character alone.
Dusty the everyday.
His swag alone.
He was the son of a plumber. You feel me? I'm the son of an electrician. You heard? What's up? My favorite rivalry is Stone Cold and Vince McMahon.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best. That
Stone Cold and Vince.
I mean, from my knowledge.
What's
Go
up?
ahead.
Triple H and The Rock is
Triple
lit
H and The
too.
Rock.
But if you go Triple H and The Rock, you gotta go Stone Cold and The Rock.
Stone Cold and The Rock, yeah, they was fighting for the number one spot. Triple H and The Rock, since The Rock came into.
Yeah, that's a fact. Since like day one.
Since day one.
And on the
Right.
ladder match.
Nah, that's a fact. They even had that on
They
Young
had the
Rock.
ladder match.
What, the ringmaster, and no, not the ringmaster, Monty Vavinian. What was Triple H's other
Monty
name?
Vavinian. Hunter Hearst
Yeah,
Henry.
you right.
But Stone Cold and The Rock too, the same shit. You remember when Stone Cold threw the belt over the in the, you know what I'm saying? Come on, B. Dusty and Vince clip. Yeah, that was. I gotta go watch that again. Dusty and Rick.
Dusty and Rick, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold is already that guy. Once he with no kick in the ring 96, we don't get the attitude out of it.
We don't.
Austin 316 shit.
But nah,
motherfucking
you know
ass.
crazy because
It seems like Stone Cold, like, I think some wrestlers are built to be the face, and then some of them, depending on how the crowd or how that one
Hacksaw Jim
event
Duggan.
goes down,
Hoes. Shout out to them
it's
hoes.
like, you know what, they spotlight people, and I think Stone Cold, like you said, whatever, King of the Ring, nah, I think we got a star, and that's what Vince probably
Jake the
saw when he
Snake,
saw
Ricky
him.
the-
So.
Hold up.
Dragon.
What about, all right. So you got like, so we just talking, we showing our age because, you know, we grew up during the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
I kind of fell off during the Ruthless Aggression Era, but, you know what I'm saying?
I just really know
Nah,
John Cena and Randy
Ruthless
I
Orton.
know
Aggression
John
has
Cena-
some
And
lit
I know
moments.
Randy Orton,
Randy
Edge,
Orton,
and Edge
some
and
lit
John
moments.
Cena. Those are
Kurt Angle, Edge came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a, it's very, with the wrestling, it's very underrated because when Shawn Michaels came back, when Shawn Michaels
Yo,
came
what
back, you know
about
what I'm saying?
John Cena's debut when he pulled up and almost beat Kurt Angle? Yeah.
Hey yo, time out. Let me
That's crazy. I almost
let me
forgot
take a
about
side
that,
note,
bro.
and let me talk about this 2K, the challenge. Hey yo, I be wanting to slap the shit out of John Cena in real life, like tough to win against this nigga in that motherfucking challenge. Yo, and that's one of the matches. All right, now back to the story. Back to what we was talking about. Yo, yo, son,
That's crazy.
hey, yo, now you got my, you know, you got Kaden, you know what I'm saying, acting up like that too. You fucking one of my nephews, you fuck with me, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to get the shotgun for this nigga daughter. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, man.
This is how I know certain things. I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. Because I watch TV while we get ready for school. I think we what the fuck?
And yo, could you imagine if we had the network when we was growing up, yo?
Oh, man.
Oh,
I feel like
my
a lot of kids-
God.
I feel like a lot of kids would be getting in trouble.
It'd be a lot of, I mean.
Nah, I think we'll get him on
Yo,
trouble
listen,
because with DX
we
we
be
doing
trying
this.
to fucking emulate the matches, nigga, step by step. Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like that, you know,
to keep them out of trouble
Keep the kids
outside.
upstairs.
we used to go in the house.
I like for wrestling in
Monday
106
night.
in Park.
106 That's crazy.
From 6 to 9, from 6 to 11, we in the crib. 67:30. Play the game. We going to play
That's when you
wrestling
eat.
game, nigga. And you eat.
That's
Fact.
a fact. That's
Hey,
when
yo,
you eat.
time
Right
out.
after 106.
7 o'clock.
Bow.
Tell Phil. We know we got an hour left if we not already in the house. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you,
And
we
then
got.
you had
It's a lot of topics we
WCW
gonna touch
to
on,
9
like
o'clock,
throwback
Raw
childhood
came
memories.
on, so
Yeah, that's a fact. Cause you gotta go to school the next day. And it's more saturated. So we probably be on some streaming shit. I ain't gonna watching reacting to wrestling and shit like that. Like doing that, but younger. You probably right, niggas. It'll probably be a lot of us doing a lot more like trying to get into the wrestling business because it seemed more attainable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for African American little niggas. We was really in there giving niggas stone cold stunners and you know what I'm saying? Like I thought I broke a couple niggas. Yo, word to mother. That's how I found out the sharpshooter really tap a nigga out.
Yeah, well, yeah. He
Yeah.
really
The sharpshooter?
in.
Hey yo, let's talk about
Yeah,
let's go back to the rivalries because I don't think we didn't all answer. I said Vince McMahon and Stone Cold. He was Skrilla. He was saying he might as well get a seat, but I don't know why he over there. But you know he giving y'all input.
What he said? What he said? He said, "Oh, Triple
he
H
got
and The Rock."
he said Triple H and The Rock.
I said the same thing as you. Vincent and Stone Cold.
Huh?
Vincent Stone Cold.
Vincent Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Who you think?
It's
Stone Cold went to war against management. That's everybody's dream. that's every working man's
Yeah,
dream.
like at the end of the day, Stone Cold went up against his boss, like, and as a construction worker. And hold on, shout out to Stone Cold. If we talking kayfabe, this nigga had to be a construction work owner, like a foreman or something, because this nigga Stone Cold. Yo, Stone Cold definitely had the spirit of a black man. He even had the bald head and gold teeth like a black man. Skinheads ain't do that.
It's something that we all want to do. Drink all day.
Mm-hmm.
Curse all day.
Curse the boss out.
Curse at your boss and put hands on your boss when he piss you off.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
a fact.
You feel me?
And get away with it.
Put hands on the boss and still come back next week.
Yeah, there's
Getting
no,
the higher
I remember the
nigga.
episode. He stunned the
There's no
whole
arguing
family,
that.
bro.
There's really
The
no
whole
arguing that.
family,
He saved
including
Snapchat at
Linda.
one point, though.
That nigga stunned Linda. He stunned them
stunned
all.
the
Y'all
whole
all
family.
on holers.
Nigga
The whole
said,
How
he
you
said he
sit after
stunned
that
them
in the
all.
car? Like, yo, so which one of y'all?
Yo, so we could agree. Stone Cold the best of all time.
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold the GOAT?
To me, he is.
I mean, are we
me.
talking rest?
I'm not talking like it's Stone
I'm
Cold
biased,
the
bro.
GOAT.
I'm biased.
Tyrone know what's up.
I'm biased.
Like, there's guys better than him.
And I seen that
at
Ivan
everything. Don't get it twisted. You
Colo.
got
I
guys
don't
that
know how
can
to
talk better than him.
Ivan
You
Colo.
got guys
Yeah.
that can wrestle better than him, but
Bro,
I'm sorry. When it
I'm
comes
biased.
to
Stone Cold was a brawler,
I'm
but
biased.
Bret Hart brought me into wrestling.
I'm biased.
Stone Cold kept me in wrestling.
I'm biased. You know who I'm gonna say.
Undertaker.
Of course.
I feel Undertaker's
I'm
my
biased.
personal favorite because of what he like as far as his storylines,
Yo,
top
nigga,
notch all the
yo.
time. And Undertaker was the first to bring out that emotion, like, oh, like I want to come back next week to see what this guy gonna do. Stone Cold, he did that too, but Undertaker was doing that first, and Stone Cold was like, he was a brawler as far as like,
He's a wild card.
yeah, he was a wild card. He ain't know what he
You
was
never
doing.
knew what you was gonna expect. Like this nigga pop up on an ATV, beat you the fuck up.
Nigga sprayed them
Get
with
a
beer,
Steve
bro.
Weiser. You know,
Fire.
get a Steve Weiser. Oh, you remember the shit where the nigga popped up with the beer truck?
Yeah, nigga had the beer truck,
Like,
bro.
who the fuck was
Nigga
doing that
sprayed
shit?
the boss, his
pulled
son,
up
and
there
his top
multiple
worker.
yo,
Nigga,
That's a fact.
Yo,
Yo.
the nigga blew up the DX Express,
Nigga
bro.
blew up the,
proud.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he was
beat the
talking,
niggas
that was
of
when-
Vince
that was
with
when
the
he was coming
P
back.
pan.
can we talk?
So
can
he
we
was
all
a
fuck-
nerd.
Oh, with the bed.
Bro,
Oh,
Follow
yo,
in
when
the
he showed up in the hospital.
You
He
bitched
fat.
out Booker T in the supermarket.
Yeah. Like
Facts.
you can't deny that, bro.
Oh, why you gonna
Probably
make us
no
feel
black
like that,
wrestler.
Tyrone?
The Rock is black.
No black
The Rock is
wrestlers.
black.
The
That's a
Rock.
fact.
Yeah,
Rock
you
is black.
forgot.
Who we
He
gonna
not
put?
on my top.
He's
He
on
not
my
on
Mount
my
Rushmore.
Rushmore,
Who the
but
hell
the Rock is
what
black.
black wrestler we with? Like not even to sound crazy, nothing, but
Roman Reigns on a lot of people black.
no,
black.
but we
Mount
talking
Rushmore right
black
now.
wrestlers.
Who else?
right?
Black
Black
wrestler. Who
Booker
else?
T-
All right,
Booker
black
T-
wrestler.
no,
We got
hold on.
Booker
Yo,
T.
shout out to
Booker
Roman
T.
today. Is
Booker T.
1,000.
Stevie Ray.
Junkyard Dog is a
He's not
fan
on
favorite, but
anybody
he ain't really.
What? Oh, but that's
Like,
a hard
Junk-
heat
no,
thing.
no,
Junkyard
Junkyard
Dog could
Dog-
be people favorite
Yeah,
from
no,
back in the day, though.
Junkyard
Young Bob
Dog
back
for the-
Who else? We got Tony Atlas as far as old school wrestlers.
Bob, yo, I just heard they was.
I'm not
they
even
was
gonna-
on the Atlas.
His-
Rocks Pops, Rocky
Yeah,
Johnson.
I
is
wasn't
one of
gonna
those.
say that. You said it.
What?
Wasn't saying his name, bro.
Rocky Johnson.
You gonna repeat it? You. Oh my God, sweet Jesus.
Oh wow, you got
Yeah,
me
that's
thinking now.
crazy.
Boy. Hey,
Pause.
man, I wasn't
Nah,
thinking
this
like that.
Wow.
Alright.
I was trying to chill because I'm going crazy, bro.
You got
They not famous like
yeah,
that.
Ahmed
D'Lo
Johnson,
Brown.
D'Lo Brown,
Yeah,
Mark
Ahmed
Henry,
Johnson.
Mark Henry.
Oh,
Yo, wait,
And he
hold
was a
up.
world
Now, I'm
champion.
happy. Not for that, you know he lived
It's
in the hood too.
What's up? Oh,
Mark
Mark
Henry
Henry
did live in
definitely.
the
Shout out to
hood.
Mark
Yeah,
Henry.
he
He
lived
definitely
right
lived
there.
on the hill.
not on some
For sure,
beast,
for
no,
sure.
not for nothing. I'm gonna keep it 100. The way that he transformed his career.
Oh yeah,
Remember when he
from
first
going
came out?
to
Remember when he first came out? He was the
he had on the
the
American
yeah,
flag
American
and shit.
flag.
He was like
I
the
think he was in the
Olympic.
Olympics. And some
He was
shit,
the world's
right?
strongest
Yeah,
man,
right?
and he was he got the gold medal for
Did
that.
that.
So yeah,
Then they
for
had him
sure.
on some. I don't even want to say the aphrodisiac type of shit.
Oh the
And D'Lo,
Ladies
yeah.
man,
yeah
ladies
when
man,
he was
nah,
fucking with Mae Young.
oh, the
China.
yeah.
Oh, China
China,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, he was on that type of time.
Time out that theme
And
was
they
one
had
of the
the
most
Mae
fire
Young,
themes.
that was
Yeah,
fire,
but it was
too.
so creative and it worked.
Yeah, that Mae Young shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. I
Nah,
like that whole
Mark Henry
storyline.
For
with
him to
definitely
get
fire.
all the
Yo,
way
R
up into-
Truth.
Time out. Yeah, that's a good point.
Superstar Billy Graham was the
We're gonna
first
get back to
Hulk
black wrestlers. It's kind of disrespectful bringing up Hulk Hogan doing black wrestlers, but
That's why I like that skit. They be showing all the black wrestlers.
Billy Graham
beating them up
definitely was
in
the
ring.
first Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
That's
we gonna
a
have
fact.
to do that one day.
Huh?
We gonna have to.
The first Hollywood Hogan.
We gonna have to whip his
Who?
ass.
Who?
Put
Hulk
Hulk Hogan in the
Hogan?
ring.
Oh yeah, we gonna play 2K
Oh, nah.
one day.
Yeah.
Put this nigga in war
Yes, we
games and
got-
fuck that nigga up.
Word. He's gonna be by himself.
Yo, wow.
Nah, what about
War
Jimmy-
games of the
what
chamber.
about Superfly Jimmy Snuka?
Jimmy Snuka, that's my mother favorite.
Yeah,
like
shout out to my mom's. That's
my mom's
favorite
love
wrestler, yo.
Jimmy
That's
Snuka.
fire.
Jimmy Snuka and the
Yeah.
Undertaker is my
He's a murderer.
mother's favorite wrestler.
He's a killer though.
Because she remember when
He's a
yeah,
killer.
he's a killer for
He's a
sure.
killer.
He's controversial for
He's a
sure,
killer.
allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So
and
it was that dive off the
you know
steel
who
cage
else?
that did
You
it.
know who else they ain't gonna put on them lists because of what he did?
Oh,
Oh.
you gonna mention him here? Yeah, I'm mentioning him, man.
What
Because
the
he's
fuck,
a big
yo,
part
bro,
of-
real shit.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Chris
Benoit.
Benoit.
Like
His
it-
matches
You
is
know,
legendary,
you
bro.
can't X him out of wrestling history. Like, granted, what he did with some wild shit, like I spit on his grave probably on some G shit. That
That was
them
crazy.
people ain't deserve that.
At
But
all.
when we talking straight wrestling, none of that personal shit. Oh,
Chris Benoit was a dog.
that
It's
nigga.
hard to explain certain matches without mentioning like.
It's
yeah,
hard to explain certain
It's crazy.
WrestleMania.
Shit, his
Ernie
matches-
Ladd. I
his
remember
matches
Ernie
with
Ladd.
Kurt
too.
Angle was
Yeah, I remember
legendary.
Ernie Ladd. That's a fact.
He had-
Oh,
he
what
had-
the fuck? How we
You-
not
you
mention
Kurt
Farouk?
Oh.
The first
say Farouk.
first
Who said
African.
Farouk?
You said Ron Simmons. Somebody
Who
said
said
that.
that? Ain't nobody say
I don't
Ron
think
Simmons?
nobody
First
said Ron
African
Ain't nobody say
American
yo,
heavyweight
the
champion,
first
right?
African American
Yeah.
heavyweight champion.
Yeah, nah, that ain't gonna
That's
lie.
crazy. And WCW, which was down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
WCW did it before WWE. See, now if we talking nowadays, it's a lot of black wrestlers.
What
Most
about
of the
Booker T?
champions are black now. You know what I'm
Booker
saying?
T?
Booker T.
Booker
Bianca,
T
you gotta mention Bianca Belair name right now. I ain't
They
gonna
got
hold you.
Sasha
I love her.
Banks,
Sasha Banks,
Bobby
She's dope.
Lashley.
Bobby Lashley,
She
facts.
fire.
Bobby Lashley up there too, yo.
Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair, yo.
Truth.
I'm sorry, yo.
yeah,
Sorry,
Bianca
Montez.
Belair,
You
we
my
watched-
bro.
yeah.
I fuck with you. Fuck with the Street Profits, but Bianca Belair is a beautiful woman.
Yeah, Jay
my
Lethal.
God. Jay Lethal is it's a lot of.
Who else?
She can get a rib sandwich. I ain't gonna
Oh
hold you.
man, we taking it there.
Yeah, she can get a rib sandwich.
Rib sandwich is crazy.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't even fuck with
You
that.
got-
shit.
you got
Yeah,
Tamina,
had
Nia
Nia
Jax.
Jax. Yeah, Jacqueline. If you want to go far back.
Yo, that's a
Jacqueline
big
Humphrey.
Joan, yo.
Who Nia Jax?
Yo, that's a big.
Nia
He was
Jax,
the
yo.
only one
Shout out
too.
to
You
the
think
big
about
She
it.
really be throwing her weight around like, yo.
Jacqueline. The only she like the only black chick back then.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah,
Jazz.
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 Jazz. was really
Jazz. Shout out to
bending
Yeah,
bitches-
Jazz
Jazz
was-
was
Shout out to
bending-
Jazz.
Yeah,
Jazz
I
was
fuck
fucking
with Jazz.
bending
Jazz
shit
was
up.
fucking
Yeah,
shit up in
she was
ECW.
wild.
Ain't came to WCW, started fucking
Breaking shit up
WWE. I
too,
mean, and
like,
started
yeah.
fucking shit up. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Like Jazz. Shout out to Jazz. Word.
yeah. She was different.
It's a lot of black, but now I'm saying, like, now, even on the independents, you feel me? You got these Samoans, you know what I'm saying? They going crazy out here. Technically, we claim them. You know, who else? You got Hobbs out here.
Powerhouse Hobbs, yeah.
You got
Nah,
Vicky
Bruiser
Starks.
Street.
Yo,
Bruiser
Bruiser
Brody.
Brody is a murderer too,
Yo,
man.
Bruiser Brody.
They're not. He not a murderer. They killed him on some foul shit, yo.
Bruiser Brody and Luke Harper got a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
Like Luke Harper
Yeah.
from the Wyatt family.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
It looked
my
just
guy.
like.
That's
I felt like that's how
RP
they.
Luke
I
Harper.
felt like that's how they should have did him.
Like
in
made him
the
Bruiser
league.
Brody.
Like on
I
some
think they'd
Bruiser
have went
Brody.
there. I think they
not for
probably
nothing. He'd
went
have been
there.
out of here.
I think they'd have went there.
Yeah.
After
He got nice when he went to AEW. He was he
he was the leader.
Yeah.
Who's his name? Brody Lee.
Dog Order.
Yeah, Brody
Brody
Lee.
Lee.
Brody Lee.
Brody Lee.
Yeah, definitely. And there you go with the name. You know what I'm saying? Brody
$1
Lee.
Million Dream.
Yo, time out. I used to put niggas in the pause. I ain't even gonna finish that statement, man.
What was you about to say? You know what? You're right. Keep it to
What the
yourself.
fuck you mean what I was about to? I
I'm
ain't
like,
say that
you
shit.
listen.
can't reword it.
Nah,
Like,
that
I'm
was
like, you know
crazy.
what?
Ain't no
All
way
right.
to reword it, nigga.
Hey, man, okay.
Shout out to the $1 Million Man, yo. That $1 Million title is one of the best titles. Oh, let's talk about that.
Titles.
What's your favorite championship design? I'll give you mine right now. I'll start off with that since I was last with the Mount
Smoking
Rushmore.
Stone.
I fuck with the Winged Eagle.
We talking like not custom made shit. We talking.
Nah, you could whichever
If it's
one.
custom, then
Whichever.
it's the
If
Stone
it's
Cold
I
joint.
would either go Smoking Skull or the Big Wing Eagle.
The big Winged Eagle, not the regular, not
You talking about
the
the shit Bret Hart had, right?
yeah, Bret Hart, Shawn
I'm talking about
Michaels,
the shit that they
Stone
gave
Cold, The Rock.
Yeah.
That's a. I had that title. I had the styrofoam
Oh,
version.
nah, I'm
Legendary.
bugging the fuck out the big gold belt, bro.
Big gold belt is.
Oh, the world heavyweight.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fire.
Oh,
but
the
it-
gold.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro, you
Hot
had-
take?
like,
Can I give you a hot take?
You had
Hot
niggas
take?
like Rasheed Wallace walking around with that, bro.
Nigga,
That's
Ghostface
big
had that.
gold
Yeah, like
plate,
what do we
shit,
say?
shit,
Like,
Ghost.
come on, bro.
I ain't
That's-
gonna lie,
that's
walking around
cra-
with that, it do look good.
It is the best. It is for hip
That's
hop.
top 3.
For hip. If I'm gonna pull up at a show and I'm coming out with a title, because I plan on doing that at some shows, having a, you know what I'm saying, having a heavyweight title on my shoulder, it might be the big gold. I ain't gonna hold, just for the reasons that you
Yeah,
said, like
nostalgic purposes,
yeah,
bro.
just for the reasons that you said, like, and that's where that's where you had the niggas like Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, like they was wrestling for that title.
Sting.
That's like back in the day. You know how when we was kids, we used to be like
Kurt
Sting and Kurt. Fact, when Sting and Kurt Angle had that title more than the WWE title when he was coming up. When he was in the Ruthless Aggression era, when they brought that title back, Kurt Angle had the World Heavyweight Championship more than he had the WWE Championship.
Shout out to Kurt.
You feel me? And he
I
was
had-
been wild. And you know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
think
the best
nobody had a
rookie year.
bit. Yeah, I don't think nobody had a better rookie year than
Best rookie year.
Yeah, he did have the best rookie year.
He won every
Yeah.
single title.
I would have to go.
Maybe Brock.
no.
Nah,
Nah,
Kurt had the
no,
best rookie. He won
because-
every single title, bro.
Yeah.
Brock went straight to the title. Kurt won all the titles.
Like
He
he went
worked-
through
You know what I'm saying?
The Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
Like, he definitely went through the Mortal Kombat ladder.
He went through every level of title, bro.
When you think about it, yeah.
And-
It could be one of the newer
Funny as
niggas.
shit too.
It could be one of the newer guys if I really deep dive and look into who like now even the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Like you got Sasha Banks, you got Bailey, you got Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you
The
gotta think
women's
of they
division is the
rookie years.
strongest it's ever been.
Like
I
the
said
rookie,
that. I
the
said that
women's
earlier,
division
bro.
is.
Let's look at this.
I said so. All right, we gonna get to that, but back to the titles because we ain't finished. I said the Wing Eagle, the Bret Hart joint. You said the Stone Cold Wing Eagle or the Smoking Skull.
Yeah.
If I got an honorary, it's the Wing Eagle or the Intercontinental, the 90 Intercontinental.
Oh,
you know
that's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
one. That's a
Like
good
that
one.
the
That's
white strap.
yeah.
That's the one
You know what I'm
thinking
saying?
about. That's the one I was
You
thinking.
feel
The white
me?
strap and the Continental.
You ready?
Yeah, the
to
yellow shit was crazy too, though.
Intercontinental.
The yellow joint was
Yeah,
crazy
yellow
too.
strap too.
Yellow strap
Ultimate
was
Warrior joint.
Yo, just stop saying strap though, man. Like,
Hey, yo, but that-
Yo, this-
wow.
You said that shit too.
Yeah, nigga.
But that's-
I said the yellow one.
The yellow
you said
belt.
the yellow
Yeah, the
one.
yellow belt.
Yeah, you said
The
strap.
championship
you
title.
over here just look.
We're gonna have to go Vince McMahon and call it a title on here, man.
Yeah, nigga try to indict me. You try to get me on a sealed indictment, man. What's wrong with you, man?
What's your favorite?
I just said it, the white and the Continental.
That's it?
Yeah.
No, you don't got an honorable mention? Honorable
I'm really a big fan. You know what's crazy? It's gonna sound ironic. I like the idea that little spinning belt John Cena had.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I liked it because it was
that's
fitted.
no, that's not my favorite.
He
But I was
lying.
like in my top
He
3.
lying.
Nah,
You gotta
I
spin
hate
that
Fitted,
shit.
like,
Choice
it's
don't
like-
spin that
Choice
shit.
don't walk around with 50 spinners, bro.
Dude, that's that shit,
man.
Because
it's different. That's why, like,
Not for
That's
nothing.
what
It was
we
during
did,
the-
shit. Who
it was
was
during
that
the PG era, but
Bruh.
every kid
I
had
got
those
spin
spin
belts, nigga.
What?
Yo,
I
stop-
got some
stop
shit,
fidgeting
yo,
like
now
that on
think about
camera,
it.
man.
Yo, was G?
Stop fidgeting like that on camera.
Yo,
man.
was Jay-Z? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So why keep doing that, dog? You not looking to see how that looks
Yo,
like?
I ain't even have to look at the TV. I'm sitting right next to this nigga. That look crazy, man.
What you
You a
doing?
wild
I ain't
boy,
gonna
man.
do it, but he's like,
Yo, you a
just
wild
imagine you spinning
cowboy.
the belt, but there's no belt there, and how that look on camera. You get what I'm saying?
Like you fidgeting with
Come
yourself,
on,
man.
bro. That's crazy. Fidgeting. That's crazy.
Fidgeting with yourself.
That's
Crazy.
crazy.
The nigga choice.
But that's one of the worst titles. hands down.
Yeah, I
That's one
put
of
the
those
I
titles.
put the U.S. title
like
with
that.
the American
Man,
flag
man,
over
what
that.
about this?
I like
the
no,
NWO title,
I ain't
man?
gonna hold you. I like the
That was
When
US.
they sprayed the
I
shit,
like the
that-
US, the
that shit was
DDP
crazy.
US title.
That was fire.
That title from WCW, that era.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that
Dallas
era,
Page
that title.
he don't get his just due neither, man.
Who's better, Perfect or Kurt Angle? Mr.
Perfect.
Who's better, Mr. Perfect or Kurt
Perfect.
Angle?
Kurt Angle, man. What?
Kurt
Mr.
Angle.
Perfect,
Kurt
man.
Angle.
He's bugging the fuck
I
out
think
of
that's
me.
just nostalgia talking,
man.
bro.
Nah.
Kurt Angle, man.
Nigga, they
Angle
have
could
better
wrestle, I'm
promos.
sorry.
He didn't have better promos than Mr.
How you be
Perfect,
like?
bro.
How you be like if Mr. Perfect be then Kurt Angle, Jay-Z, and at a certain point you gotta realize because of Mr. Perfect not, unfortunately, RP Mr. Perfect, him not living long enough. He didn't like if Kurt Angle, if Mr.
And he had
Perfect
back
was
rubs and all
able
that
to
shit
come
too,
back.
yeah.
If Mr. Perfect was able to come back to WWE like he was big, because remember he was in that Royal Rumble and he passed away
Bro,
a couple of months
yeah,
after that.
Yeah,
So if he was able to have that run and wrestle with Shawn Michaels when he came back, wrestle with Kurt Angle, wrestle with Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, it would have been a problem. But he ain't get there yet. And for me personally, I wasn't old enough to really, even though I went back and watched Mr. Perfect, I watched the DVDs and stuff like that. I know very well what he did and what he done, but I wasn't living through it. Yeah. If it wasn't for Kurt Angle, it wouldn't be no Suplex City. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget who brought Brock up for real with that match at WrestleMania 19.
Who made suplexes look cool?
That's a fact. Too.
Word.
Besides
Taz, Plex is crazy.
Besides Taz, that perfect Plex is one of my favorite. I used to that fucking move is fire. I love that.
Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we?
Perfect Plex is fire, and the way he did it was mad smooth. Like he did the whole spin the gummo and the promo.
Yeah, like not for nothing.
But you got to think like Kurt Angle, his promo game was better than Perfect. Yep.
Kurt Angle
Perfect
was funny as shit,
vignettes.
bro.
My point exactly.
Angle had actual promos.
He had some legendary ones.
Perk Angle.
He had some legendary. Yeah, like that was.
I think it's strictly nostalgia, bro.
Man, Perk Angle, man.
Perk Angle.
That's tough.
He was a drug addict, man.
I thought you said we ain't bringing personal lives into this.
Man,
You gonna say Perk Angle?
Yo,
come on, bro.
Clean bean having ass niggas, man. Fuck out of here, man.
Who y'all favorite tag team?
Wow.
This is all to give y'all context of who we are as wrestling fans. So when we talk our shit and give y'all
just
our
because
opinions
I'm a
in future
violent,
episodes, y'all know what's up.
Just because I'm violent like that, man. Go LOD,
And you said
man.
W?
Deli Boys.
Hands down.
Legion
W.
of Doom.
Legion of Doom?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Both of them good picks. Go ahead.
That's tough. I have to go. Probably Brothers of Destruction.
Come on, man. That's a real choice ass answer. This nigga favorite wrestlers is Roman Reigns, John Cena. That's who he played with in the game. Niggas with the highest stats. You know what I'm saying?
But I was going to say DX, but DX is
that's not a real
team.
tag team. That's like me picking the two-man power trip.
Really?
Two-man power trip was only 3 months.
I can't consider
Are we really
Undertaker and King a tag team, bro.
I'm not considering that no fucking tag.
That's like a two-man faction, if
like
anything.
Two-man.
You get what I'm saying? I don't consider that a tag team. You talking tag teams, you talking Hardy Boys, you talking Edge and Christian. You know what I'm saying? I feel Dudley Boys is my favorite tag team too.
Them three tag teams transcended
TLC
matches.
Them TLC matches, some of my favorite matches ever. You got the New Age Outlaws. Shout out to the Harlem Heat, nigga.
Yo, that was kind of posed what he said too, though. Yo, that was kind of posed when Booker T said that. Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
So Hulk Hogan?
So Hulk Hogan, yeah, he wilded out. He knew he fucked up too.
Yeah, he did.
He knew he fucked up.
Yeah, he fucked. As soon as I know they wanted to laugh.
He knew you fucked up.
Sherry was there, like saying in character.
Yeah, like,
yo, shout out to Sensational Sherry. She black too.
The New Age Outlaws too. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
They could be up. They top five. New Age Outlaws.
Arguably,
if it wasn't for New Age, like for the tag team division in the Attitude Era, early days pre TLC,
they carried that.
It was New Age Outlaws for sure. you can't talk about tag teams.
I ain't gonna lie.
New Age Outlaws.
All right, now this is me being all the way transparent. Now that I'm 33, I can honestly say a lot of shit in the Attitude Era was bullshit.
A lot of it was, but a lot of it was fire.
No,
I feel it was more fire.
Not for nothing. Yo, look like also like when you go back and watch certain shit as a grown
now
person.
You know what was bullshit? The matches.
Straight
a lot
bullshit.
Except for
yo, bro, watch an episode of watch an old episode of Monday Night Raw during the Attitude Era. Shit was trash, bro. Until you get to the main
Stone Cold and the
storyline.
Rocks and the
shit was bullshit. Then y'all got all these whack ass
factions. I see a couple of comments that say the $1 million belt, the Stone Cold joint. Yeah, my bad. I just gotta point out the comments. LOD facts.
Yeah. Then you had the whack ass factions. Remember they had Mad. You had the fucking was it Los Boricuas?
The Heart Foundation.
Yo, they had
Savio Vega. You had the Heart Foundation.
Shout out to Savio Vega pulling up at Backlash too. That was fire.
You had fucking DX. Fire. You had Nation of Domination.
You had the biker niggas crushing all of them.
What the fuck was their names?
Which one?
Them niggas. Yeah, you had them weird niggas. What the fuck was their name though?
The Oddities?
You had them. But what the fuck was Skull and Cross? What the fuck was
the Rockers was a lit tag team too.
God damn, I gotta stop doing drugs.
Yeah, that's that was Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, right?
Yeah, the Rockers.
You with that drop kick, Marty Jannetty. That's my favorite Action Bronson song. Shout out to Action Bronson too. He a wrestling fan too.
Yeah, super.
Mm-hmm.
You had I got a question for y'all.
What's up?
Favorite WrestleMania match?
You did want to touch on favorite matches, and we're gonna go to the dream matches too after that. The favorite WrestleMania match is I got two because I got one that I remember watching it that day, and it really made me hooked on wrestling, and that's Stone Cold and Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13.
Oh,
that match there.
That was badass.
You feel me? And then for strictly excitement purposes, like entertainment, you know what I'm saying? It's never boring. If I'm showing a match to a non-wrestling fan, I'll be like, hey, you watch this. Gotta be TLC 2, WrestleMania 17.
That's a good one. What about you, Smiley?
I was going to keep it on WrestleMania 17, but the main event, Stone Cold and Rob. Because that match I could watch.
That was the last one, right?
Nah, the last one was
19.
That was 19, right? That was when Stone Cold.
Nah, that was 17. 17 is when Stone Cold switched up and went with Vince.
Yeah,
okay,
he hit him with 17 chair shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It took 17 chair shots.
That was another fire match
and
too.
Then the following
Rock
night,
and Mankind, I quit.
At
the Rumble.
What?
The Rock and Mankind, the I quit match.
I quit shit
at the Rumble.
Yeah.
That whole storyline.
Yeah, you played the audio in the background. It was like, I quit. Oh, that was crazy.
Shout out to the corporation. That was a fire faction.
They used to beat the shit out, man.
They used to beat the shit out. We gotta mention Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, because I don't think we really mentioned him, and he's definitely a pioneer, especially with the hardcore matches.
What was your favorite match?
Oh yeah,
favorite match was
the Stone Cold and Rock.
Stone Cold
17.
What was your shit?
Yo, it's so many. I think the one that surprised the most out of me, it's gonna sound funny. That Cyph and Randy when he
WrestleMania. Yo,
yeah,
I ain't gonna hold you. That like wrestling wise and being that we go to live events.
Is when I don't know.
You when you go to see wrestling live, you get a better appreciation of how that shit go and what it takes. You feel me? And look with that experience and then looking back at that match. Yeah, that's
the second one. I think is when The Rock finally beat Stone Cold, and he hit him with either two rock bottoms, or he hit him with two. He hit him with a stunner too.
Yeah,
and that was like that kind of signified like, yo, you really want to make sure you beat someone. Nope, I'm picking you up. And he started the trend of how in WrestleMania you start to see two FUs, two styles clashes.
Yeah, it just wasn't one finish.
Yeah, like I'm really making sure you're not getting up. You know,
what's up? We don't got that much time, so you called that a bad time. I know who this is. This is my father. What's up?
Hey, Craig, what's good?
Okay, y'all looking good.
I appreciate that.
Your pops like that.
Nah, I love that because I mean, it's like 7 minutes left.
Pokey and Pops like
That's
that's
tough.
whole video show and shit, man. That's
What's up? What'd you say? What happened?
He hung up.
Oh,
I think he
now you
said.
said y'all look good. You just wanted to say what's up.
Oh.
Nah, shout out to the OG.
Shout out to
Shout out,
Pops,
word.
man.
Shout out to my phone.
Nah, I got two. I got two favorite matches. I got Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, the first one.
Oof,
That's a good one.
that's when he caught him off the moonsault. Okay.
The first one.
That's a good one.
And then I got this is an underrated one too.
The Triple H Undertaker one was good too.
Yeah, the first one.
When he reversed the
Yeah, the
tombstone
first one,
on
yeah.
him, that was fire.
The whole storyline was crazy
Yeah.
too. Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. If y'all haven't seen that, go back and watch that.
Oh yeah. That's one of the
Classic.
matches I was talking about.
Classic.
Is that when
Ruthless
Kurt
together.
Angle tried the shooting star press?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Classic.
And
Go
they-
back and watch
they-
it. Classic.
Yeah, that's another good
Classic.
one. Wow.
Sidebar: did Eddie and Kurt fight at WrestleMania and Eddie escaped the ankle lock by untying his
I
boot?
don't think that was
think that was
WrestleMania.
That
I think
was
it's like one
I
of
think
them
that
other-
was
that
one
was
of the
one of the
top four.
other. No, I don't even think. I forgot what event that was, but it wasn't a wrestling. Was it?
I remember. I know what shit you talking about. He slipped out.
No,
the
I
boot.
think it was
Yeah,
WrestleMania
and
22.
he rolled him up or something like
Was it
that.
WrestleMania
And Kurt was
22?
on like a rampage. I think Kurt just beat Brock or something like that.
Yeah,
I gotta look that up. Yeah, I gotta fact check.
I know
that.
what match you talk about
Yeah,
though,
it's-
because he
yeah.
outsmart. That was
Yeah, I
when he
remember
did
that match.
Hot
Yeah,
Cheese Steel
I
shit.
definitely
Yeah.
remember that match.
God damn, I
Eddie.
watched a lot of wrestling, yo.
Nigga,
Right.
we
And that
grew
was
up
during the Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, I felt after
on
that.
shit.
No, I think when I went to jail, it was over for that. You couldn't watch that up north. Niggas like this your family. What you
Eddie
want,
Guerrero
bro?
versus.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
only,
I forgot.
It was only one dorm I ever been in up north where niggas would rather choose to watch Monday Night Raw before Monday Night Football.
I mean,
I had to get the fuck up out
That
of
was WrestleMania 20.
20.
Yeah, that was
Did that?
WrestleMania 20.
That was another underrated
That match.
Yeah, that match was WrestleMania 20.
underrated
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, even though not for none.
I like that. That was one of my.
Brock and Goldberg gave us a dud.
Yeah, that's a
That
fact.
was-
I don't know what they was doing. And Stone
Yeah,
Cold
because
couldn't
they
even
was
help
on their
that.
way out. It was on their way out.
The shit with because that's a
Kurt
fact.
and Brock was fired too. I think Brock messed up the he tried to do a
So
shooting
he
star.
almost
died.
broke his,
Yeah.
broke his neck or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was wild.
The why I fuck with WrestleMania 20 was because that was the return of the dead man.
Boy, I lost my goddamn mind.
That was the return of the
Yeah, I
dead man.
did.
Because I was ever since he went bike, I was like,
You
yo,
didn't
I
like
come
Bike
back.
on Undertaker too?
I hated it,
Wow.
but no, I hated it at the time. But
I
when you
appreciate
get
it now.
older,
Yeah.
not for nothing, if he'd have stayed the dead man, Undertaker career would have been in the dirt.
And
That's
that's
a
why,
fact,
and that's
man.
why I liked it. That's why I
And
like
then
when I think of the
now,
Undertaker.
what
I like
people
the
don't
bike on the
realize
bed.
is when you come back to the dead man, you notice he's not actually the dead man. It's a hybrid. He still has the movements of Biker Undertaker, where he was. Remember, he be on some stiff.
and shit.
Now this nigga Stone Cold fucking you up,
Yeah.
all type of shit. Now you got the Hell's Gate. You got it's more variations of
That's the
moves.
last ride.
Yeah.
The last ride was pause. That was fire. That move is crazy. Yeah, that was.
I ain't say nothing.
Yo.
You're gonna need a sign, pause.
I ain't say nothing, bro.
Nah, but
Don't pay me no mind. I ain't say nothing.
you ever put a bitch in the tombstone?
Wait, what? How
Yo,
did
that
you
was
get
crazy.
What you just ask?
Yo,
all right, let me wait. Hold on. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase the question.
Yo,
I
that
think
was-
I can fix the question. Have you ever used a wrestling move on a female? I think that sounds what that.
Have you ever put a tombstone on a bitch, man?
How the fuck did you get there?
Yo, listen, man.
Yeah.
I felt like you did it before. That's why you asked. How'd
I mean,
you get
yo,
there?
listen. How did I get there?
That's
I
just
got-
getting up during
Nah.
69. I
Yeah,
possibly,
Basically,
yeah.
Nah,
basically.
Mac,
But this
you a
ain't the shit.
nasty motherfucker.
Hey, yo,
man.
I'm a Scorpio. You heard?
I'm a Scorpio too. I ain't doing no shit.
Come on, you act like you would go home and put your girl in the walls of Jericho.
See, that's different.
I've actually
You
put a
actually-
female in a crippler crossface. Pissing me off.
I guess that's a Scorpio thing.
Nah, not for none. It was just like, not for none. Like those was one of those moves, like an RKO where it just happened at any given
Anytime,
moment.
you know what I'm saying?
Shut up. Shut up. Pissing me off.
You feel me? Like sometimes, like that shit. Man, listen, I'm telling you, yo, fellas, try it, man. Your girl gonna love you after that. Man.
Yeah, but not for nothing. You putting her in you said tombstone.
Stone.
You know, like that's actually planting her head on the floor.
Oh nah,
We're
not
doing that part.
no,
He's-
no,
everything
no, no,
set
no,
up.
not
just
the
meant the
actual
position.
move.
That's
You feel me?
Nah,
Nah, no domestic
That's
violence
crazy.
over
That's
here.
That's crazy.
Nah, not like that.
That's why I had to ask, like, yo, what?
Yo,
Nah, no domestic violence over
Like,
here.
how did we?
You feel
That's
me?
why I'm like, how did we get here?
Nah, we're not doing those. I'm talking, you know.
that's crazy.
This nigga, not for nothing. You even want to be a freak on a wrestling show? My God.
As I told
The
you,
lady, yo, it's a lot of ladies that watch wrestling, man.
Yeah, but not
feel
for
me?
nothing. You never mind.
Hey, man,
Tombstone. My God.
ladies love wrestling too.
Yeah, nah, I get that. Like I said, my mom's put me on the wrestling. She was, you know, Jimmy Superfly Slickers her
just
guy.
don't drop the bitch during the tombstone.
Nah, we don't drive. You do that with the light girls.
What? Why you
Oh,
do that to any of
You
them?
do that
Because
with-
you
do that
you
with
have
the what?
the girls who they put you in the bonsai drop.
You do that with the what?
The light girls,
Light girls.
the ones that you can
Nah,
flip
no,
over.
so
easy.
you saying the big Jones gonna throw you in a Rikishi driver, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The big girls give me that bonsai drop. You feel me?
Rikishi driver.
Big girls give me that bonsai drop. You feel me?
my Lord Jesus.
Picked up Big Show.
Oh nah, that's when you want to slam. When you want to slam her on the bed. You feel me? Like, oh, it's that time. Wow. You feel me? But other than that, you figure four one time. You know.
Yo, what type? Yo, you really be having like, yo, what you be on, bro?
Ric Flair in
Be
this
having-
bitch.
Yo, no.
Woo!
Nah, yo, Shorty really gotta really show up for full contact sports, huh?
I mean, it is what it is.
This nigga really be running to the bedroom on Ultimate Warrior time.
Nigga, sometimes you gotta do that, P. They love the characters, you heard? Just shake the bed. That's what you gotta do sometimes. You feel me?
Nah, you know who got niggas in trouble?
Who?
Al Snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
what does everybody
Yeah.
want?
Al Snow's a legend for that. For that alone.
You know, that's no, not for nothing. That's
Yo,
how,
that's
right.
legendary
that's how,
shit,
yo,
bro.
First time I ever got neck. That's how I asked for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that.
That makes it
Yeah, what is
playful
everybody
and
She
say?
asked me,
bitch
what do
you-
I want? I said, what does everybody want?
Hey, yo.
Hey, bitch, what the fuck you talking about? I want that rotisserie.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? That fall off the shoulders neck. Fuck you talking about?
yo.
Fuck you mean?
I wish it was a female that came up with that slogan though. Cause then you could name her, you know what I'm saying?
Look, you just want to stuff your face in some muff. That's all.
Hey man,
That's all.
everybody love head.
Everybody.
Mac is a wild boy, man.
Everybody love head. You
Crazy.
feel me? Shout out to Al Snow, man. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for Al Snow, it took us longer to figure out what that was. You feel me? And he was going even more crazier with that shit in ECW.
Yeah.
Like it was WWE was the PG. It was Attitude Era, but that still was kind of PG compared to the way he was. It was more of a comedy act in WWE, but
Nah,
That's
the Attitude
crazy.
Era had a lot of bullshit, man. I'm standing by that comment.
Attitude Era was. The storylines top notch is not a lot of storylines that's better than that right now.
The upper tier storylines, like the Kane
I
and the
even fuck with
Undertaker.
the Godfather storylines. Who don't love hoes?
Yeah, I like the Godfather.
Who don't love
His
hoes?
character-
The fact
his
that he
character was
offered the
dope.
nigga
Yeah.
hoes or
Nah,
a
his
match,
character
that was
dope.
fire.
We talking like actual storylines, like the
You ain't like the
Vincent-
Val Venus storylines?
Fuck no.
That was some weird.
That nigga gave me not pedophile vibes, like straight.
His name is type
Like,
funny when
Yo,
you think
Cole
about it.
Stabler. You heard? Yo, anytime you hear his music, just Cole
Crazy.
Stabler, bro. Hello, ladies.
Nah, they fuck with Val Venus though. My nigga was getting them bitches. You remember what he did with Ken Shamrock's sister?
Who's it? Ryan Shamrock?
Ryan Shamrock.
Who was his girl in real life?
Good grief.
That
I
was-
didn't even know
Yo,
that.
Ryan
That was
Shamrock.
crazy.
Ryan Shamrock was Ken Shamrock's girl in real life, but he was playing his sister in WWE. Fuck
That's
with
Wow,
him.
even
that's
more.
kinda
That's
fucking
even
with
more
Val
wild now that I think about the story.
That nigga on Joe
Vince
Dirt
McMahon
timing.
was on some other
Nah,
shit.
he was on Joe Dirt timing.
Vince McMahon was on some other shit.
I
Your man was on Joe Dirt.
Vince proposed the incest storyline with Steph.
Yeah, he did. Nasty motherfucker.
Yeah, that was.
Vince is my nigga. He's a genius, but he did a lot of crazy shit.
You know, Stephanie McMahon, low key, is somewhat rumored to be the reason why Macho Man don't
that's a fact. Yeah, she was. Allegedly, Macho was fucking with Steph at a
she was like 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, at that age, it was more acceptable a little bit, especially with them people, if you know what I mean. But ain't no excuse for that. And Vince was kind of right for not, you know what I'm saying? If a nigga fucking my daughter, nigga,
Vince,
what the fuck?
You know all your dirty laundry is coming to the light, right? So what are we talking about here?
I mean,
just because it was your daughter, she gave up the drawers. If that was the case, it's not like he took it.
I mean, Vince is...
Let's be real here. It's not like he took it.
Nah.
I could just picture The Rock now doing a promo on her.
Huh? Slut.
Yes.
Yo, he was
on Steph.
Vince,
I could just picture it right
now.
now.
Chris Jericho used to go crazy on
Steph. Rock and Jericho was elite.
Yo, not for nothing, but The Rock, the way he said it, yo, he used to be
violate,
like
bro.
this. You're the biggest slut.
Okay, God's green earth.
Yo,
violent, bro.
Nah, bro.
Nah, that's a fact.
He's bad disrespectful, but it was funny as shit, though.
That's a fact. The shit you could say back in the day that
you can't get away with that now. It's over.
Niggas is canceling your ass
fast. Shit right the center.
And I think that's probably
wow.
This world is definitely right the
Shit
center.
right the center. They was doing this something.
They was definitely before
they
their
did
time.
right the center right now. That should be
Oh my God.
Definitely before. That's a fact. Definitely before his time.
Yeah, it was on to something, man.
Cancel culture at its finest.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit nowadays that was before their time.
It is a lot of attitude. That's a topic for another day. It's a lot of attitude ever that didn't work in the attitude ever, but probably would have worked now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of wrestlers, a lot of, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. There's a lot of stuff that's not really working now, but put that shit back in the attitude era, crazy.
I'm trying to tell you.
You feel me? So that's another topic for another day. It's been a mad game. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Torn the Dawn. Shout out to Choice. Shout out to Skrilla Gambino.
Salutations.
You feel me? A couple of hip hop heads that also fuck with wrestling. Holla at us.
You. Shout out thick girls.
Watch out for the big girls.
This is a King Green None of That production.
Tell by my shoes, I'm what fresh is. A nigga smell like money, effervescence. I chose me over things, look what stress win. Bottom line, you are blessed by my presence. Biscotti in the air, smell of essence. Air Max 270s, how I step in. Badge on you drop, changed on who I left with. Top floor at the Marriott for the session.
Real fucking spooky, lethal. Yeah, we out here, y'all already know. BACG, nigga. We here, you here, nigga.
This ain't for the weak at heart. It's BH and be safe, you should be alone. They saying Choice fell off, ooh, I need a spark. Now I get everything in twos, I'ma need an art. Sippin' Douce, chillin' at the bar. With two black queens, got a fresh deck of cards, time to double down. Blackjack to spit game if I ask back. Smoking on gas, you gon' need a hazmat.
Hey yo, we ain't finished, Choice. We ain't finished. We just begun, chill. Watch this shit. These niggas ain't ready. I promise these niggas ain't ready.
Prepare for liftoff. I'm calling ball game before the tip-off. It's 50 on your head, I count it backwards, don't get crisscross. Official though, never on court, blowing the whistle though. Kiss the game goodbye, I wrote this verse under the mistletoe. This Christmas show is to get rapping, I'm on the best tree. They walk like they ain't got the heart to even step to me. It's evident they fiending and reaching to get some relevance. If shells drop, we left them there for evidence.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Gams. Yeah. Niggas ain't here to play. Y'all niggas thought we was playing. Y'all niggas bucking the fuck out. Take that, dum-dum. Take that.
700s on my feet, 700s for the flight. Would it cost me less, but I wanna hear tonight. It would it cost me less, but all this fucking overtime. DA tried to offer 20, but he coming home at 9. What a time to be alive. All my life I've been deprived. Everybody selling, I've been doing this since it was a crime. Money on my mind is baby mama on my doorstep. Catching my Nardo with his face with my Gore-Tex.
Yo, we gonna chill. We gonna give y'all niggas one more. And one more. And we done. We getting the fuck out of here. Yo, Lils. Keep going, kid. Relax.
Something like money, never see me near trash. Smelling like straight cash, they love it when I saw it pass. Ladies love the pocket of pain. These niggas soft like noodles, so I call them no man. But I don't focus on those. A nigga stay 10 toes. Respect the joker, but I sure do hate bozos. I don't play poker. Mac ain't gotta bluff them hoes. Heavy we smoker. No Cypher, you don't got one roll. Be safe.
Nah, I told you I'm back. Mac, I told him it was just one more. It was just one more. We done. Getting the fuck up out of here, like I said. BHCG.
Access Radio, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Access Radio, WIAX, the future of radio and podcast. No limit to what we do.
Janelle, celebrity vocal coach right here, and I am a part of Give It Life. And ratchet, and real extra ratchet, raunchy.
That'll be everywhere, like.
Who we got coming up? Other shops is upstairs, but we down here by also, man. We leave that up to Rito.
This is a King Green None of That production.
None of this for sure. Getting to the goal. I pray my homies good to go. Going for the throne. No looking back, just looking forward. Gotta keep it going. The homie slack, I take the ball. Go straight for the score. Backstage theory at its core. Team will never ever fold. They say Big Mac, you mighty bold. Must be the special sauce. Got these hoes that call me Lord. God in human form. Far from the norm. Weather through the storm. Niggas is gonna be sick of me. There is no time to waste on no tomfoolery. Fuck all these niggas and fuck all these bitches. That's only for riches. Down with the buffoonery. Looking like Kunami, smelling like Kunami. casually. These lyrics come to me naturally. Step back for comebacks, no stopping me. That ain't no foul dog, no flopping B. This is the product they cop and see. RGA invite you cordially to the takeover, so NXT.
What up? We live.
What's going on?
Welcome to the Cyph. I go by the name of Mag Wyatt.
I go for Tiny.
This week we're gonna be talking about a whole lot of weed shit. You heard? Whole lot of weed shit. It's only right that exactly. We got the first week we did the pandemic. We got that out the way. You know what I'm saying? So this week we about to definitely tap in with the weed culture and see what's hitting for and how shit been since the legalization in New York and a lot of other places. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have a couple of guests and they're gonna speak on how they feel about the weed situation and all that. Yeah. You know, so what's good? What's been going on for the past couple of weeks? What's up?
I mean, it's been a lot, but work, regular everyday shit,
Yeah.
Definitely mad weed smoking for sure. Every day.
Heavy weed smokers.
Every time I get a chance, we are token.
Heavy weed smokers only.
Facts.
What's your I'm gonna get into that later. I was gonna ask you what's your favorite strand, but we can get into that later. Yeah. What you think is the biggest change in New York City, not the country, in New York City since the legalization of weed, marijuana?
I mean, for one, I'm ecstatic. Okay, for sure. But the biggest change has to be like people just smoking everywhere, like every single where, like everywhere you turn, niggas is smoking. You walk by any block, every block. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even before it was like actually legalized, niggas was smoking, but now it's different. Like it's just everywhere. There's mad dispensaries everywhere. Like the Habibi stores are selling weed. Like everybody has their hands in it. Like it's not even just the drug dealers anymore.
And it's crazy because you could just I've walked down the block, walked down the street, anywhere in New York City numerous times, and smoke like right in front of cops. Like walk by, they look at me, I'm smoking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like 2008. It wouldn't have been like this. Like I'd have been scared as shit if I'd have seen the cop outside.
Definitely, it would have been a totally different story because obviously it wasn't legalized, and if you obviously was smoking at the time that we were smoking, you would definitely go to jail.
I was nervous. Sure. I was nervous to smell like weed around cops, especially during stop and frisk era, because they could just stop you and
a little bag like what they used to sell, because now it's really hard to find a nick. A nick is $5. It's a small bag, and you would then go to jail for that and like do mad time in Rikers for a bag of weed. Like
I mean, you probably you go and you get the DAT the first time. You know what I'm saying? You know what that is, and then you would just. I mean, you would either have to go. You don't want to get caught with no weed on a Friday night because you might spend the whole weekend in bookings. And that was fat for weed, for bud, for shit that they selling, like she said, in the corner store now. You get what I'm saying? Like, I got
the corner
family,
store,
like corner store. I got family that did some time for bud and all that. I know they are tight. Like I speak to them, you know what I'm saying? But now they trying to make it legal. Like they trying to put it into businesses. A lot of the people that, the plugs or they had it like that, they're turning it into dispensaries if they can. But it's a lot of money that goes into that.
Yeah, definitely.
To have a legal dispensary in New York City, that's a lot of money to buy in. Just to get an application for the license is over $50,000. You know what I'm saying? So and they don't even have to accept, like, you could
So technically, they're like, oh, hey, you can smoke weed, but if you want to turn it into a legal business, now you got to prove where all that money came from, and if it was selling drugs, now we might not take it. And yeah, a good $50,000-$60,000 that nobody usually has lying around. It's crazy.
If you got it, then get it though. I mean, I would love to have a dispensary. What? That is money right now. Like it's becoming less taboo.
Yeah, of course, it's on every other corner.
Jobs is not Jobs are not drug testing for weed like that no more. I was watching a YouTube video, right? And they had a workshop, a roll-up workshop. So it was team building, and they had a meeting where they was teaching the employees that didn't know how to roll, and the other employees was rolling as well. So it was like they was at a table just like this, a round table, and they all had their little weed trays, you know what I'm saying? And they had their joints, and they was rolling up. They had the little cards. They had the little cards, and it was like they was doing it real proper. The only person I seen roll like that is my nigga Twan. You know what I'm saying? Like this nigga, they be having a little roll, like it be taking him like a half an hour to roll. He gonna get on here and he gonna talk, he gonna speak his piece. You know what I'm saying? You take this nigga like a half an hour to roll. It be worth it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna sit here and deny his rolling skills. But it be taking you mad long to roll, my nigga. Like Matter of fact, pull up, yo. Y'all niggas pull up, son. I got Choice and I got Swan in the building. Pull up, man.
That's crazy.
That's how you doing? I mean,
that's crazy, yo.
Hey, yo, I mean, my guy, what's the name of that little card that like you use and you take it to tuck the weed and make it? You don't be using that?
What card?
It's like I seen them. They had a whole kit. They had the tips. Pause. They had the paper, they had the tray, and they had the move over a little bit. Pause. And they had the like it was like a card. It looked like an index card.
You probably what I normally do is I'll flip the other side of the paper.
As far as you gotta like back up. He got you.
All right. What I normally do is I'll flip the other side of the papers that they come in and just straighten it out and use that. Okay. But I'm old school. I'll grab CD case, the advertisement cards that come in the mailbox that nobody gonna use.
The mail.
The dollar bill.
Definitely the dollar bill. That shit will never get
old.
Let me get a dollar. Let me crush
definitely crush on the dollar bill. That's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
Legendary.
So let's hit them with some facts. So supposedly, don't quote me, I'm just reading based on Google. The use of cannabis originated in Central Asia or Western China. Okay. Cannabis has been used for allegedly healing. What is that?
Healing properties for millennia.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
The first documented case of it was used back in 2800 BC.
That's crazy. They were smoking bud before Christ.
Yeah, that's a fact. Bud been around forever.
Damn. And what Smokey said, God put this on the earth for me and you. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage, man.
That's a
Take
fact.
advantage.
Word. So basically, the use of marijuana goes back as far as recorded human history, but the planet actually made it so the plant, my bad. The plant actually made it its way to North America by the Jamestown settlers in 1611.
So that's crazy. That's crazy. So was they getting money for it?
I mean, it doesn't.
For generations, probably.
So ropes and clothing and sales. So basically, they were probably trading it, you know.
And you see how they use hemp for a lot of stuff now. So it's kind of getting back to that. Like even the peppermint soap that Dr. Bronner's, you know what I'm saying? You got hemp in it. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know that
like you read it, it says it on the shit. It
these
got
type of creams also that if you have like joint pains and shit like that, like you can rub it on there and it it makes you feel better. Like,
Weed is beautiful, man.
It is. The weed is a beautiful thing. I don't know why it took this long for it to become legalized. You know what I'm saying? It's like
so,
it makes people more calm. First of all,
I have
for the
an
most
opinion
part,
on
it
that.
makes people. It makes you a
I
little
mean,
paranoid. It makes some people a little paranoid,
but that's the thing. That's why, it's so controversial because it's like certain people when they do smoke it, they're like, oh my God, I don't like this feeling and shit. And then there's people like us that we're like, yes,
Comfortable.
this is what the fuck I needed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it supposedly is treating anxiety. I know a lot of people that smoke because of, the anxiety that they have, and it makes them feel mad, like,
it calms
obviously
your nerves.
mellow. It's like,
Yeah,
I
it calms
needed
your
that.
nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like when you light a good blunt and you listen to some R&B music, what's a better feeling than that? Like it's a couple, but like that is the ultimate relaxation. Like when I'm in a bad mood, I like me a blunt and I throw on some R&B, some 90s R&B or some 90s hip hop. Just some classic music with substance. Or me and my homies music. And I just zone out and vibe, and it changed my whole perspective of the situation. Like it ain't even that serious. Like you know what I'm saying? Or you just really think about it and see what you could do different or how you could fix the situation.
And what do you do when you're happy?
Agree to that.
I just be
Smoke it
smiling.
up.
I just be smiling for no reason. Just sitting there dancing all. Beautiful, man.
I be
Corn
more
traffic,
creative when I
what's
get
up?
high. I notice that it just
Corn
gives
traffic
me like
every Tuesday, Friday.
a drive to get. All right, now I'm focused. So I remember when I was young in the Bronx playing basketball with my cousins. We realized we gonna get high before we play. We just became the Phoenix Suns. Like, we was nice. So nowadays,
so
it's
smoking,
like I just learned
smoking
that.
never slowed you down before games.
No, not at all.
It actually made you more
hyper focused,
energized.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, with me, it was kind of a mix. It kind of probably depended on the strain. Like, don't give me no sour before no game. You know what I'm saying?
See, I don't know, because remember, you got certain players that was coming out saying that Randy Moss, Allen Iverson. And remember, those are faces of the league, so they brave enough to speak it. How many of them was doing it before then? So now that it's legal now.
All right, speaking on that, it's probably a lot of athletes that's actually smoking now because you know what I'm saying, it's places like WWE, NBA. Like the NBA don't test for weed anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
WWE, they don't test for weed anymore. It's not in their substance policy. Like
I don't
it's
think
not
ECW was testing at all.
ECW, them niggas is getting crazy. But we can talk about that, you know what I'm saying, in the next hour.
Yeah.
But the NBA, for the NBA not to do it, that should say a lot. Because I would expect, WWE, like that's not really I'm not gonna say that, let me not go there. It's not as as organized as the NBA as far as them needing their athletes to be on point.
I think they see it as like it does more good than harm.
Yeah.
Like
A lot of people do see it like that. It's really like it's medicinal marijuana. Like if it's not recreational,
Marijuana
if it's not
is
legal,
medicinal. That's
exactly.
Don't let them change your terminology.
They was talking about
marijuana is medicinal.
it ain't
medicinal marijuana
that's
and
what it
non-medicinal.
They was talking like even they was talking about
They just put a label on it.
Exactly.
They was talking about medicinal marijuana and half baked. And half baked came out in the 90s. Am I not?
Yeah,
like
Probably
late
even-
90s.
There's even more, probably, movies before that one that
Right,
were about
right.
weed and we just really don't know
No,
about
I
it.
mean, there's movies before that was about weed, like Friday, a lot of the Cheech and Chong movies, which was like 80s, 70s, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about as far as like
Fridays came out
they
before
had
Half
the
Baked?
yeah, Friday was 95, 94. Half Baked had to be 97, 98, 99, or if not 2000. I'm not gonna hold you.
No,
If not 2000.
No, we got
I looked
Google,
that
baby.
up.
We gonna see
But I know
right now.
Friday was definitely before Half Baked. But what I was talking about Half Baked is that they had actual medicinal marijuana. Like they was in the hospital trying to get the weed. Remember? Like they was trying to get
I think that's how.
So it's like that's the first time I knew. Like, hold on, they had like they use it for
healing purposes.
You give it like Half Baked was the first.
1988.
No,
Jack-
1998.
Oh yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm high as hell. I'm high as hell. I ain't even gonna be sorry.
How high real quick?
Go to
How
what?
high?
Yeah.
How high is like 2002, 2003?
Yeah, that's early 2000. Word.
What's your
How
favorite
high?
strain?
It's always gonna be Piff for me, man.
Yeah, I love Piff. I love Haven.
I don't know.
Oh my
If
God.
there's anybody that got that, please
2001.
let me
2001.
know. Like that uptown shit, bro.
I'm gonna let you know after. Cause I just told Twan some. I know. Yeah.
I like
Okay.
I like some haze. I
Haze,
don't like if we're
haze.
gonna go back to when we were smoking, it wasn't no sour. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of Piff. That's for sure.
Sour was like 07, 08, 09. Sour hit heavy, and that was crazy.
That shit
And
used to
going back to us
smack
dating
you.
ourselves, right?
Yeah, right. We always do that. You're not gonna know.
Y'all
My
remember the chocolate?
We was young.
Remember the chocolate?
The chocolate.
Nigga said
ooh,
chocolate.
Yeah.
That was
yes.
heavy on the block too. Like
Yes.
chocolate was heavy on the block. I ain't
And you
gonna
know
hold
we
you.
had that regular
I was smoking that
haraka.
nigga. I was smoking that Reggie. I still smoke Reggie sometimes to this day. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a
smoke
fuck.
Reggie?
Yo,
You
sometimes
smoking
I
Reggie?
still smoke Reggie till this day.
Where
I
you
get it,
find
but
that
I get it.
at?
I get it from the Jamaicans. Them Knicks you be talking about. I know where to get some Knicks. What you talking about?
Oh,
I thought that shit didn't even happen anymore.
Nah, you got a few individuals in our
You know what I'm
neighborhood
saying?
who
Yeah.
stay strong in their
You know, they
grind.
got the Jamaicans still heavy with the green.
I remember having the good green though, the Arizona.
That
was
Ari,
when
you
it
know what
was
I'm
like,
saying?
alright, that was punching. Maybe that was high graded on the low back then, and we didn't know.
It was a little
But
mid.
that
was
never
mid
came.
back then.
Yeah,
That was mid.
that
Because
was
you had
probably
Piff,
mid.
and you had Ari, and you had that dirt.
Oh yeah, it was levels.
Dirt.
It was levels.
Definitely-
You,
That's
I
when
remember
you
That's the
hashtag.
haraka I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's where the
It was
stems and the
levels.
seeds.
Yeah,
you know?
that's the nasty
That's where you rolling up the shake.
word. That shit hard as
That's
hell
that
to crush.
shake at
You
the
be in
end of
there
the
like,
half.
I think every strain got a bad version of it. Because I remember dealing with Piff, and after a while, especially if you didn't go to the right people, you ran into some garbage. Hey,
Some, like,
Piff,
hairy-
like, oh god, this shit tastes nasty. Like
even smoking it tastes
sometimes
nasty.
you might regret, like, I should have dealt with the green nigga. Like, damn, if I was gonna get this. And remember, it was just them two around. Then you have what? If you traveled, you might have your dro, your chocolate, your mango pina.
I forgot about Dro.
I remember that.
Wow.
That shit was real good. Let me tell you, that
remember
was
Young
the
Dro.
exotic we had back then.
Lean.
They were still about the same prices.
I forgot
And,
about Dro.
Yeah,
Dro-
fast forward
Dro's
to
legendary.
2023, where we are now,
Yo,
where
where's
an eighth can cost you about $50.
Hashtag yo, where's the Dro?
Like, what is going
Yo,
on?
hold on, wait. What you say? Say it again.
Some good za, and that's what
Some
they
za.
call it. Some
Some
za,
za.
some
That's
zaza.
short for exotic. Like, that's crazy.
It
It's
changes
running.
with the weed.
You're
That's
not buying
funny.
an eighth. Like, so for some za, you're not wasting $25. Double that. Double that.
Somebody
And
tried to
don't
give
get
me
me
an
wrong.
for
It's
$80. I said, I'm good, bro.
we was at
Bro, I
downtown.
don't give a fuck how good that weed is.
Yeah,
I'm not
you-
buying no
$80
fucking eighth for
$80.
$80.
That's
You
rapper
could kiss
weed.
my
Yeah.
fucking ass.
I don't care.
that's rapper
Did
weed.
you feel like a rapper when you smoked that shit?
Word.
For $80?
I
You say you
mean,
felt like a rapper? Aren't
the
you a
bars
rapper?
still
Did you get
flow the
some?
same.
Was there
It's
some
like, I don't
groupies
know.
after you smoked that weed? Like,
Come on, man.
if I smoke some $80 weed, I better have some groupies standing behind me. You know what I'm saying? A beat, yo.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
was it
listen,
worth
if
it?
you
I'm like,
got
give
it,
me that.
No,
I don't know,
no,
like,
$80
No, you gotta,
eighth is-
wait, Craig, you gotta ask that gentleman.
Yo, go ahead.
We know
I
it's
don't-
not worth it, but
I mean,
Was it worth it?
was it a good check? And you said fuck it, and then
you know what?
said
You
it
know
was
what?
good
You know what?
check.
Let me
It's an
switch it up.
overtime check.
It was worth it because it got me high shit. Like $80
would
worth
you
it for
do
an
it
eighth.
again?
but how high
I
were
wouldn't
you?
do it
Like,
again,
there has
though.
to be levels of high. For me personally, if I smoke a blunt of haze right now, I'm smacked. Like, I'm like doing nothing. I'm just gonna be like, oh
You
shit.
don't have to
like,
smoke another
oh.
blunt after, or you can't. That
No,
level
we-
high. Cause I
On
remember back.
some haze right now?
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah, I'm
Give me.
I'm tapping
Cause
out.
one
Hazy
thing
gonna
I
be
can
right.
say,
You're
I was
right
thinking
now.
about this. Back then, once we got blasted, that's it. Remember, we used to give
Yeah.
up. Now it's easier to go through bud, so that's why
Yo.
I be thinking like maybe either it is our tolerance or
I think
like
it's-
some people say like the weed ain't as good as it used to be.
I don't. It could be a mixture of both, because I know my tolerance is crazy. I know I can smoke hella bud. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, back in the day, I don't know if it was because our money was lower. 2. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because remember, we used to have,
buy
you know,
eighth is like,
paydays. We used to get
Yeah.
the halves, roll them all up, and smoke them shit straight. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
have smoke fest. That's how we used to do it back in the day. It's like online smoking now. Like I'm smoking by myself most of the time, unless y'all niggas in the crib.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or if I'm at an event, like niggas don't smoke together no more like we used to. We used to dead have smoke fest, like 11 niggas, 25 blunts.
Man, summer jams be epic too.
Because think
Niggas
about
and
it, it
females.
was
You know what I'm
$10
saying?
a
Yeah,
bag,
crazy. Come on now.
$20 a dub. Now, if I'm paying close to $25-$30, I'm not gonna be in no smoke fest. That's 3 blunts. My shit gonna be gone, nigga. That's another $25-$30 that I gotta go home to buy. You got me fucked up.
But the
Now,
smoke
if
fest,
you got-
everybody put in the pot, or you know what I'm saying?
but
Like
it's
we
not
all
the
put in and go
same.
get
Think
that
about
hat.
it. From a dub before, you could roll 3 blunts, 2 blunts and a half. And eighth right now, bro, if you roll the way I roll, 2 blunts.
2 blunts. That's
Easily.
Word.
There's
Y'all be
no
rolling
Cyph
some
anymore.
brolic blunts,
That's a
yo.
Wait, hold
I'm
on,
rolling
hold
on.
on, wait,
All right,
that's
so
a
let's
whole
get
nother
back to that.
conversation.
Let's get back to that. Yeah.
You telling me at 3.5 you get 2 blunts?
I mean, the way
Yeah.
that I smoke, the way that I like to roll,
I'm
you
not
know what
going
I'm saying? I like to roll fatties. Don't
Got
I'm
a
not
lot-
I'm not
a
gonna
lot
smoke
of
no
women do that.
Yeah,
some
women do be
bullshit. If
smoking
I
fat
roll,
blunts.
Baseball bats, yo.
that's
They
it.
be
The
wildin'.
eighth is gone.
I
Like
be
it's
getting like
gone.
4 5.
I get a good average 3.
My
If I want to
my
stretch, I get
husband
4. If
at
I
an
want to
eighth,
stretch,
he'll roll
and I'm
4 because he rolls in the white paper. What's it called?
Rolls.
Yeah. No,
Bob
no,
Marley.
the rolls. Yeah. So you know, they're nice and tight. You know that I feel like it's a perfect type of roll. But then it's like nigga, I'm trying to hit it and be like, I also do not put no grabber on my shit. I don't know about you know. That's another thing.
Grabber stretches before we get back to that.
Before we
get back to that, let's
let me-
sidebar.
Okay.
What the fuck is? Why do people use grabber?
To stretch the weed. No
And
freaking.
is it? Do you think it's a fad? Do you think people use? Do you think people really like grabber, or do you think people are smoking grabber because everybody
It's a
else
hype.
is? Because it's hype. Because it's the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you
gotta think about
because
certain
it do
things.
hit a little hard.
What is
but
grabber?
Like, grabber is fucking tobacco.
Okay,
in most
okay,
cases.
all right. So let me ask you this: if you smoking, what you smoking, Entourage?
I smoke
right?
Entourage. I'm not putting that in there at all.
But do you realize an Entourage already has tobacco in it?
No, I understand that.
So with that being said, technically, ain't nothing really changed.
They're just crushing it up for you.
So
what's the point of
nothing
rolling?
really
What's the
changed.
point of rolling in the paper if you gonna add grabber into
Have
it?
you
Because we want
smoked
that
with grabber
same
before?
I've smoked with grabber
That
a lot
shit
because
smack.
most women like smoking with grabber. Yo,
That
Skrilla
shit
in the
hit
building.
hard
What
as
up?
fuck. I'm
I
not
don't
one
even
of them
say it's a
niggas.
female thing, bro. It's just
I'm not
it's
saying
just
that.
a new way
I'm
of
not saying
smoking.
it's a
Niggas
female
smoking
thing, but
papers.
most of
Here's the
the people I smoke like that
Females?
want grabber in the blunt.
It's females. Then I don't know what type of niggas you don't be smoking with, because I chill with niggas that smoke with grabber too. I wouldn't say it's a
lot of my
female
niggas
thing,
don't
bro. You
put either
wildin'.
they rolling different papers or they not putting grabber in.
And then before grabber, it was Fonto.
I
remember
that's what it
I
was.
remember years
It's the
ago.
same thing.
I remember it is.
They changed
I remember
it.
years
They
ago.
grinded it more.
I feel all right. So what's the difference between grabber and dirty grabber? Because grabber I feel is
I never
See,
heard
now
that.
you going too deep into it. I don't even know.
All right, we need somebody. We need a grabber smoker.
Smoking tobacco. So when we put grabber in the papers, it's still the same thing. It's still a certain hit. If you was to smoke a blunt without the paper part of the Dutch, it would be a different high. Have you ever done that before?
Wait,
say that again. Hold on, wait. I gotta process that. Say that again.
Yeah, without the leaf.
The leaf is
the Dutch without the leaf.
Without the paper part, the inside part.
Oh, without the inside
Oh,
part.
it's
roll
going
it.
in the leaf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You that's even impossible.
What? Wow.
No, it's possible.
Yeah, I've seen
That
somebody
shit be crunching up and you can't even. You gotta do it fast.
You got a fresh Dutch. You can make that happen.
you can make it work.
I've had that done before.
You had to do some things.
Yeah,
the highs
yeah.
and lows.
Yeah, because back then we would be rolling on Dutches, entourages. You know, we didn't really have paper, and if we did,
we did have papers. Niggas just wasn't fucking with them.
Yeah, so what's y'all
thing?
So what's y'all roll up of choice?
Me, I'm papers and grabbers. I don't care for grabber all the time. Now, depending on the situation, of course I'll pull out a backwoods, but Nowadays, backwards, they come dirty. Everything I learned this, like, it's like every time like a certain popularity hits a certain type of roll up, it eventually gets watered down, becomes nasty. I saw that with I came from the Phillies and White House era. I saw that with that, but I jumped on the Dutchess before that. Then Dutchess was good for a long time. Dutchess started coming nasty, but then they had the Bluntvilles and the entourages and the the Bluntvilles and entourages. As soon as them shit started fucking coming nasty when you pull it out, started fucking with the little game cigars. I remember having them shit. See, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Hold on, nah.
You going
crazy over here.
I'm telling you, nah. And I'm not just telling
that's
you,
the
like,
evolution,
and then once
bro.
the
There
papers
definitely
came,
is.
then once the papers came, the
was
raw
over.
papers, it's like, nah.
In the
These
clutch,
shits hit.
I cop a Dutch.
Me,
That's
yeah.
the goal. That was all. You can never go wrong with a
All right,
Dutch,
so what I started smoking in was Dutches.
That was your first thing?
That was the first shit I smoked in ever was a Dutch. My nigga, shout out to my son, shout out to my nigga Playboy, he rolled that blunt. And you know what I'm saying? Like we smoked that. No, that was before the grape and the strawberry Dutches. But it was a vanilla.
Oh my God, they came out with those.
Yeah, that was those.
That was
Dutchess,
legendary.
please bring those shits back.
I think it's illegal for them to sell flavored tobacco.
Well, you
products.
could probably find them in Florida and shit. Because when I went to Florida a couple of years
You
ago,
find
I
anything in fucking Florida. Florida don't give a fuck about nothing.
the grape Dutchess in like wholesale places.
A cigar spot.
Oh yeah, cigar spot. You probably
The whole yeah.
That's a
you got a
For
few.
sure. But
Yeah.
in New York City, we need them in every ox store, everywhere. Bring them back, please, man.
Yeah,
Those
support
shits
the
mad
local
good.
weed man.
So
bro.
I started smoking, obviously, Dutchess. And at the time, obviously, I didn't know how to roll. So I used to have to wait for somebody to roll for me so I could be able to smoke. I used to because obviously I was hiding it from my mom and shit like that. And I would go across the street, knock on a friend's door and be like, listen, I need you, like, can you roll this? And he'd be like, no problem. And sit there and light my shit and smoke my shit. Like I would just be there like, I mean, you did me the favor, so cool, nigga, but like I'm trying to smoke. Like and then from there I just couldn't get it right. So I started doing the Bluntvilles. And it was, easier because it's like everything is like more or less together. And then, I was like, I'm doing fucking Dutchess, fuck it, because I was determined on how to fucking learn how to roll it. I am a master roller right here. That's me.
I feel.
I ain't never fucking in the White House.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
I used to like.
But it was hard as fuck to crack.
I had my peoples in Washington Heights. Piff, they used to take the paper, the first leaf off, turn the shit around, roll the inside paper and white out. Nigga on 4/4 my grandmother block. I won't be surprised if niggas still do that to this day.
Like that white out shit.
You unravel the leaf, you crack the Dutch, you obviously take off the little paper, you feel me, you cut it, then you put the leaf back on the other way. And you cut it and you measure it
mess up a Dutch.
I don't do all that.
You know how many people roll Dutches and they look like this?
Chances to fix a Dutch with a white or
just one shot.
It's like a little.
It's over.
But with the
That's
Dutch,
why I couldn't do
I
it.
crack it straight down the middle with the Dutch. I don't.
No, it's like
take
different ways.
There's
multiple ways to do
but
that.
I feel that leaf off. Nah, I just crack it through the middle, take the paper off, like after it's split.
Yeah, but the thing about that is that now all your leaf is falling apart. So now you gotta lick it too much.
That's true.
And now
That's
gotta smoke it
true,
because now you licking it like yo.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. And I'm gonna say Sean never said I never learned how to take the leaf off like that.
Oh, that shit. You gotta be gentle. It's an art. That goes back to what you were saying earlier.
Like
niggas is sitting there with a chair. I wanna know where that job at because I need that. I could roll all day. But
facts. Definitely not looking to where that job is at.
It's an art form. You have to look for it and do it really soft because if not,
you know how to look for the line in the Dutch.
So I know how to crack it open
that's
with
why
the leaf.
it's like you could do
but
that.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like a ribbon.
That makes me feel like it's a whiteout
nice with
or
it,
Philly,
you can cut that ribbon in half and have two separate
I
Dutches.
learned how to do it, but you gotta because I smoke black and mounds, you just gotta take a little bit out the front and then you'll see it. But just in general, I just unravel that shit.
It's easier.
It's like the same way as cracking it down. I don't know if you do it without, like, I guess, licking the
It
Dutch
be-
pause.
was
But
trying
I
to
mean,
avoid
like,
that.
that's
You know how many
you
times I
unravel it, 'cause
cracked the Dutch, and it's on the opposite side.
What?
So basically, like, I thought that the line was
Yeah.
there, and then I'll crack it,
And
and
the
the
line-
line is
oh,
literally
it's
on the
like-
bottom.
yeah, that's
so
how I
now
got
I'm
it.
like,
you gonna
fuck.
rip? Yeah.
I be hating
Now I gotta
myself.
roll skinny ass blunt.
All right,
That's
so
why
the
I'm
reason-
still taking off what we call, or what I was told it was called the
Cancer
cancer paper.
yeah, the cancer paper facts.
The cancer paper. How
The
fucking
whole
stupid
tobacco,
are we?
the whole tobacco is
How fucking
cancer
stupid
paper.
are
But
we?
you take off that little line, yeah, we good. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
now
We
we
good.
talking.
Yeah,
We
percentage
cancer
of catching cancer
you
drops
good.
by 75.
Yeah, facts.
Nigga said,
You look it up on Google.
Let's see,
Yeah,
let's
nah,
see.
Crazy,
Oh, no,
bro. That's crazy.
Let's see,
Nah.
let's see.
But you at the so the reason why I smoke entourages and you know what I'm saying
this
papers
day.
to this day is because it be too many hit and misses with Dutches and backwards, yo. Like I hate getting stale Dutches.
That's
I
what
hate getting
said.
stale backwards.
Everything evolved after that.
Like-
Now you don't even have to take off no cancer paper. That should just be coming with the glue, ready to be licked, and
Facts.
that's it.
Now that's a fact. Like, but I'm gonna list off all the drugs. I mean all the drugs.
That's what we were conditioned to call it.
Tough.
Because it was a drug.
I don't feel like this is drug. This should been my medicine since I was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying?
And
Do
how
y'all
many other
remember
people before you?
Do y'all remember the first day that y'all smoked?
Oh my God, yes. I have two stories. The first time I ever smoked, my dumbass went to go smoke with some adults. At the time, I was maybe like 14.
Wow.
And I went to go smoke with my aunt's friends on Riverside. They snitched on me. I didn't even make it up the block before they were like, "Oh, my aunt was waiting for me clearly," and she was like, "Oh, what you doing?" I'm mad high. I had my Visine. I had my perfume in my bag, and I'm like, "Nothing. I was taking a walk." She's like, "Yeah, such and such told me that you were smoking." I'm like,
Yo, how did it even
"No."
get
I was
that?
like so high that I was like, "No." She's like, "Bitch, you high as fuck by now," and I'm like, "What are you saying?" She's like, "If you want to smoke, you smoke with me." I'm like, "What?" As a matter of fact, I got this little bit of weed left that I don't know how to roll. So what we doing? She was like, "Okay, give it to me. Let's go upstairs. Let's go get high." I'm like, shit, dope as fuck. The second time,
Yo, King said choices
I
eating the whole chicken
was-
when we high. That's facts.
That's crazy.
high as hell, and I was smoking with two of my friends in a roof because at the time it was illegal to smoke anywhere. We were obviously young and we were scared to go to jail. So we went to the roof, and I had a panic attack. I was sitting there because I was so high, and I don't know if it's true, but at the time, I felt like they were whispering, and what I heard was, "Oh, we are gonna rape her. Like this is what we're doing." Yo, bro,
That's
we were
wild.
in the roof. I got to the lobby in like no kid you in a minute. I booked, and they were like, "What the fuck? Where you going?" In my mind, I'm like, "Oh my God, these niggas is gonna chase me." Yo, I hit like 2,000 down those stairs. I went to go sit down in the park. After I came down, like I went back up
I
to
would have felt
Broadway.
bad if I was with
And
you.
he was
Nah, I
like,
ain't
"Yo,
supposed to
we've
do
been
that.
looking for you.
I
Where
said
did
that.
you go?" Like, and I'm like,
Facts,
"Yo, I
King.
was so high, I had a panic attack." And he was like, "Yo, bro, we would never do that to you. We wasn't even talking about you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "Bro, like, no, like I'm sorry." And he was like, "Bro, don't do that, my nigga." We was like, "What the fuck is going on? You just got up and left. Like you just started running." It probably did look crazy from the other side.
Imagine how them niggas was looking like, yo, you saw all of a sudden you
I was just like got up and I was like, and then all I hear them is like, "Yo, where you going? What happened?" Because obviously at the time I didn't even have a fucking phone, so it was like
no
That's what I
other
was
shit.
thinking. It's not like you got the
that
wrong phone call or
like
something.
nothing. I
Hey
just
yo, Waves,
bounced,
what up?
my nigga.
You started taking flight.
Hey yo, that's one thing I don't even know about is
Oh,
THC level.
the THC
I ain't gonna
level.
hold you.
That's what makes this job regular.
No,
mid,
that's
all that.
what. Nah, I know about it, but I don't know.
Oh shit, I ain't even know about
Tyrone
that.
was good,
Yeah,
peace.
so we,
I don't even understand, Laura. How you doing? I don't understand. Like,
I think the higher the THC level, I think allegedly it's supposed to be better to weed. But
Oh,
that
no,
don't really
that's-
determine
no, that's-
if you
no,
gonna like
that's
it or
a
not
fact
either.
What it is. That's exactly,
That's
what,
exactly
it
what
is.
it is.
It's like a grading system, but I don't understand which strands is on the spectrum of, you know what I'm saying? And next time we talk about weed, we're gonna have somebody here. We're supposed to have somebody here that actually.
I'm about to say, yeah, that comes with research, bro.
No, I know indica and sativa. I know, sativa is wake you up, whatever. Indica put you to sleep and all that. Yeah. I know all the strands, the differences in the strands, but I don't know the THC levels. Like, you know how Prof and Kane, they always bringing up, like, yo, I done smoked the da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
she Googling right now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, so I'm like, where would Piff fall under that? Where would Sour fall under that? Where would Kush fall under that? Where would Dro fall under that?
Then it's like,
you know what I'm saying?
Not for nothing. Nowadays, that's probably be like bottom.
Yeah, because they got that. Yeah, because they be having different names for different type of strands that people be growing.
Yeah.
You feel me? And they have new strands all the time. So it say it could contain an average of 50% and 90% THC levels. So you got Delta nut. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that
bullshit. So it's Delta. It's all that. That's
language.
So basically, it varies and it determines, the multiple effects on the body and the brain. So
it's just like medicine, bro. You got weed that
exactly
low-key cure anxiety. They got weed that get you focused. They got weed to put you to sleep if you
so
can't
that falls into the category of,
of
as far as like sativa, indica. As for me, I like indica because it's a body high. You know what I'm saying? Or am I wrong? Let's see.
No, I think you're right.
No,
you got the body highs. You got these highs.
The what?
These.
What?
Yeah, we talking
head high.
You could have said the mind high. You know what I'm saying? The medulla oblongata high.
Medulla head high.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have said that.
Oh, yeah. For the pause, you feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, so sativa, taller, slimmer leaves, are longer and thinner. As far as indica, shorter bushes, and they're shorter and wider. Sativa is a head high, so you alert, like you're up for the. People like to smoke it because I feel like if they could smoke in the morning, they don't feel so.
It's probably like coffee to them.
You know?
That's the way I be feeling sometimes. I be smoking.
And then it says it's best for day use because, like I said, you're able to go. As far as indica, it's a body high, relaxation. It gets you hungry, it makes you sleepy, and it releases pain. Best for nighttime.
I'm a sativa person.
Hybrid is a mix of sativa and indica, depending on the traits from both parent strains.
So it's like it depends. So you could you be having mixed babies out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it depends on the DNA of the two strands of what you get. So that's a case by case situation.
Do you think that hybrid is what they're selling now as
mostly?
Because they have names like blue cheese. My favorite is, I think it's forbidden fruit. Oh my god! If you haven't had it, it's amazing.
I think my favorite of the new strands is Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue. It's like sour.
Well, yeah, but I like these.
It smells like sour. Look like sour. Yeah, it is sour. they just put it in a pewter bag.
Sour is indica and Piff is
gelato.
Gelato. Yeah.
So I want to know like the full effect of how is it even comes to term to be that that name,
because a lot of people are growing their own strains. So
yeah,
coming from the era that we come from, I would love a hybrid of Piff and Sour. You know what I'm saying?
What would you call it?
Power.
That Mack truck.
What is it?
Power.
No, I call it that Mack truck.
Mack truck.
You feel me? Patent pending.
I mean, I have mixed weed, maybe as far as like crushing
they used to sell mixed weed, the beef and broccoli. That was chocolate and dro. That was heavy.
I
never heard that nigga.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it came, but I know I copied it on a few different occasions in different spots. Some of them were stapled the bags together. Mm-hmm. Some of them had the bubblegum jars, and they put some in the middle where they had dro on one side, chocolate on the other. That was a slapper.
Yo, I kind of remember hearing about the beef and broccoli bags, but I ain't never.
What?
Yeah. But I remember hearing about that. Now that you say it do ring bells. That shit. Beef and broccoli, I think they good. And then, now niggas gonna give you some dirt and some za. That's how they gonna mix it up.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna mix it. It's a level.
They've been doing things like that though. Now you got the bags that's like pre and half. Like you say you go to A, right? Rich. Cause you know they deal together. All right. Anyway, excuse me. They got certain, brands where they sell like 2 different types inside of it. So, people I believe is already starting to catch on. And then it's ironic because I actually been to popular spots and there's one of them that's called like Lunchables. That's their like, I guess, their thing. And they actually sell like this like dish and it's 4 slots. And they tell you like when you buy it, it's $40 and you buy a gram of each. And it's like, you don't know if you getting like top notch shit, but the fact that you got that ability to do that, the fact you got the ability to do that, like literally get you 4 different buds.
I ain't gonna.
That's dope.
They was high as fuck eating their kids' Lunchables. And like, what if all 40s had different types of butter in there? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
smart.
And that goes back to what he said. It makes you creative.
Facts. We do make
it makes you think.
It also
makes you, because you're obviously in a place in a sense like where you're relaxing. So the only thing that's really going is your mind, because you're just sitting there high as hell. Like my man right here, he looks clap. You just sit there, you're just like, yep.
Promotion for the show, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the site.
Some people, they are so high that they don't want to talk. For example, my brother-in-law, when he does, because he does edibles, he doesn't really, smoke, and that's another thing that people would prefer over smoking. Edibles, and they are great. If you could get some good shits, my man over here, he's like, yep, that's me all the way. Yeah, so when he eats an edible, okay, he talks a whole bunch of shit. He's the type of nigga that if you have a conversation with him or like, back and forth, he is talking. He doesn't shut the fuck up. And every time he's on edible, it's like so peaceful. He's just sitting there smiling, laughing, like. And me and my husband, we're like, we like you like this. You need to eat a lot of edibles, like.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a different person.
Yeah.
Yo, edibles don't really get me high.
What?
Because you
I
smoke
haven't had an
I don't
edible
get high with edibles like that.
You had
you gotta have some good shit. So basically, there's levels of THC
be my
into
guest,
it.
but I never had an edible that got me high.
The more that the levels are, so basically it'll be like per piece it'll be like I don't know, like 5 milligrams or something. The higher they are, the higher you're going to get. I had one that was like it was like a little pack. I don't know if it was even like gummies or something. Listen,
Kane said if you only smoke NYC weed, you haven't really been high yet.
That's a fact.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we go over to Cali and you know what I'm saying, hit them dispensaries that you've probably been to and get to learn that THC level 2. Even though it's dispensaries over here, we probably could learn that shit, but I feel it ain't the same as going to Cali, like going out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Cali weed is really good too. But then again, if you smoke weed from Cali and you come here and you cop some Zaw, it's like the same shit.
I feel an edible out there probably give me.
Again, you
I
can
think
get
an
one
edible
here.
out there because it's so. I think weed is more common out there. So instead of like out here, they trying to, put every bang for their buck. Out there, it's like, nah, we really want you to buy this. Like weed is, it's culture. Yeah, like we gonna make sure it's slap
money
out
over
there.
there. There's more culture out there.
Yeah.
I get that. Where's was good?
I'm gonna get you some good ass edibles. It will be like 100 milligrams, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna have a fucking panic attack, okay? Like it happened to me. I was sitting there, and like I said, I'm a smoker. I've been smoking since I was 14.
Mm-hmm. Say you know what you're talking about, on that half and half.
Oh yeah. See.
So I have a high tolerance of of weed. And that edible took me out. Like I almost went to the hospital high. Like,
Oh wow.
Nah,
I was
I've heard that.
panicking.
What's up?
That's what it sounds like. Some of them edibles probably you gotta say like I guess since it's an edible,
Yeah,
probably gotta
like I said,
I've been
it's the
that high
level
before
of
smoking,
it
though.
because
Not going to the hospital, but like, yo, damn, I don't want to be this high anymore.
That's when I first
I've
started
been
smoking. I used to get
that high
those.
smoking,
Like,
but I've never been that high with
I need to sit
with an
down.
edible. I'm telling you, there's some good shit out there. Like if you can get, like I said, it all depends on the milligrams of
And that's probably the
THC
same
in
shit
it,
with
like,
the THC with the weed too. It's probably like that exactly what you're talking about with the. It's probably that same type of, shit with the actual weed now too.
but
because it's definitely a lot of names out there.
I was smacked. Like I was like panicking, like I couldn't breathe, like my body was shaking, and it was like uncontrollably shaking. Like when you're cold and you're shivering like that, but it wouldn't stop. And I was like laying down. I was like, oh my god, I cannot breathe.
Did you eat?
Did I eat?
Sometimes that affects you too.
That's a fact.
No.
Possible.
After I was high
No,
or before?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't smoking. It was an edible.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's
right.
edibles that are really fucking
Super
strong.
strong. Wow.
That it like I'm telling you, you'll be smacked, and it's a creeping type of high because to me, when I'm smoking, it's like okay,